Hey, welcome to Off the Wall. I'm your host, Octoboy, but you can call me Logan too.
And I'm your other host, Presto the Magnificent, aka Preston.
Joining us today, we actually have two guests. Confused Spaghetti, we know them as Tanis.
Hi.
That did not go through
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I said hi.
And making his triumphant return, get it? Flightsy, aka Philip.
Open parentheses, greeting, close parentheses.
Best greeting
And
we've
today-
ever had.
That was the cringiest intro I've ever heard. I'm sorry.
To
I
be
think it was
cringe
10
is
out
to
of
be
10. That was
free.
great. That was great. I think it was good.
Professionality 100.
And today,
think
we're
I-
going to be talking about Pikmin, the Golden Sun games on NSO, and so much more. We're excited to have you join us on this episode of Off the Wall. Now,
Yay.
before we get started, is there anything you guys have to promote, such as a YouTube channel, podcast, or anything else?
I have a few
yeah, I
things.
guess.
I have a YouTube channel called Flight Ship. I stream. We're going to be streaming something. I'm trying to remember what it was. We're going to be streaming Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood next week. Never played it before. Excited to try it out. It was gifted to me by a friend.
Did you finish Tinykin then?
Yes, we did. It was good too.
Such a good game.
Yeah, I would recommend Tinykin. I would also like to invoke the Flightsy topic here.
Why here?
What? Whoa, what?
Because
Okay,
I'd like to promote
okay.
the Gamer Girls podcast. See, the Gamer Girls podcast did an episode of Pikmin a while back too, and I promised them that I'd review their episode on the official Gamer Girls rival podcast. So, and by official, I mean I thought that's what it was. I don't think anyone agrees with me. Point is,
we're not rivals. We're like best friends.
Our best friend rivals. Anyway, so I'm just gonna if I keep asserting it, it will be true. But no, so the
It will
Pikmin
not be.
episode, I had a few notes on it. It's a great episode. You should watch it. That being said, a few minor criticisms. First off, I don't think the intro segment with Alamar is in character. And also Pikmin don't really talk or like they have like a specific filter. Second off, I said they get extra points for playing Pikmin Adventure, because Nintendo Land is great. And I was also mentioning my biggest criticism of the episode is that it is kind of a 2 hour and 10-minute episodes where 2 hours is preamble and 10 minutes is the main topic. But the main topic itself is very good. Actually, ordering the Pikmin is a great way. I think it's a pretty good way to do it's a pretty good way to what's the word? It's a pretty good way to talk about Pikmin if you don't know anything about Pikmin, because otherwise getting things wrong about Pikmin would make me annoyed, which did not happen for the majority of the episode, except for the music. There were a few things in the music portion that annoyed me, mainly the fact that the Wistful Wild is not a cave, it's actually a forest, and the Forest Navel is not a forest, it's actually a cave. Don't ask why that's how that is.
I know everything. I know everything about Pikmin. Like Alui is my favorite character.
That's a choice. That's a choice. You could do
I
that.
think you guys understand what promotion means. It's not supposed to be 5 minutes long.
This is the Flightsy topic. I'm allowed to invoke it at any time, and we talk about whatever I want. So,
which is the rule that exists. technically.
Yeah, it's true. That's a rule that is anyone could do it, but it can only happen once per episode. So I kind of used it up. E3.
I was not expecting it to be this early.
Yeah,
Retarded.
I do. I know. Rock Pikmin are not made of glass charge, but there are like parasites that like get into the rocks. That was revealed in Pikmin 4. I've never heard of the pink Pikmin called Fairy Pikmin, which is an interesting choice, but it does fit, so I'll give it. The Bulb Lord is specifically a boss from Pikmin Adventure. It's not actually in any regular Pikmin games. I wrote down Louis is mostly unrelated to the Pikmin 3 story, but he is kind of problematic. I should mention I have to read these notes off like this because it's been like a really long time since I watched that episode because the recording right now got delayed a bunch. But I would say I did really like. I want to end on a high note. I really liked their favorite little thing from Pikmin. That was supposed to be a little bit of a gotcha question where I'm like, well, you got to know a little thing, but them mentioning the fact that like you're at a tiny perspective was actually a really good answer. So I got to give them the props for that. Overall, I don't do out of 10 ratings, so I'd say it was much better than I expected, and I'm pretty happy with the end result.
Out of 10.
Sure. Out of 27, actually.
Great
Much better than expected
promotion.
out of 27.
Cool. Can I do mine now?
Yep, thanks
Yes.
for listening to
Go
quite the
ahead.
topic. Thanks,
I
you can go
have
ahead.
an Instagram where I post really cool art, I think. If you want to follow me, my handle is confused_spaghetti. And that would
That
be
sounds
all from me because I
pretty
know
neat.
when to stop rambling.
Also, shout out to Sydney Lou
Bad
who in
time
the
to be on
chat.
this
I've got
podcast.
no idea what's going on. I'm just happy to be here. Which,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
In addition to
We're supposed
art,
to
I
know
also
what-
do music. I do original music and cover music. I created the cover song Presto uses in the introduction to this podcast. You're welcome.
And yeah, in season 2, all the
Like-
season 2 intro music was made by Tanis. Fun fact. So not this episode, but if you go back to
Right.
episodes 21 through 39, they all use, or 21 through 40, they all use Tanis's music.
I was in 2 of those.
And before we move on, we have to give a huge shout out to our final sponsor for today, Raid Shadow Legends.
I don't want to. Can I leave? I don't feel comfortable endorsing Raid Shadow Legends. I've never played that game, so I wouldn't know anything about it.
You're walking a very thin legal line, Preston.
Yo, Raid Shadow Legends from Travis in the chat. Goodness. But yeah, by the way, we're doing this live on our Discord. You can go join our Discord in the description below, and you can be in the chat, and you'll probably get mentioned on the episode, unless all of your messages stink. In which case,
It's
that's
left up to the drudge of us.
your problem. And
Yeah.
awesome. Definitely check those guys out, including Raid Shadow Legends, and show them some support, but not Raid Shadow Legends.
It's true.
We are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, just as a disclaimer.
Disclaimer:
definitely
everything on this disclaimer, everything said on this top podcast is in fact a lie.
I got sued by Raid Shadow Legends, not clickbait.
These statements are complete and utter fabrications, so please don't take anything we say at face value.
Does that mean I can reveal Preston's deepest, darkest secrets and we'll all know they're fake?
Yes, please tell me. I'd like to know.
No.
All right. So, next up, we have our shoutouts. We don't have any new patrons, but we have decided to make our free trial permanent. If you haven't already, go check out our Patreon and give the free trial a try. Oh,
But I'm
Wait,
Crash.
When you say permanent, does that mean like you can just sign up and like it's just there forever?
No, like
well, no.
we
The
were
free
originally
trial
gonna
itself
have it.
is still limited.
Yeah. We were originally gonna have the
Oh,
free
okay.
trial just go until the end of last year, but we decided, we'll just keep it going because it gives you 7 days to look at everything that our $5 tier has to offer, which is unedited episodes and also brand new bonus episodes that just don't go on the feed whatsoever. And I should be recording one of those on the Steam Deck later today, so that should be fun. Also
see.
on our YouTube channel, we have been posting new shorts on a somewhat consistent schedule. So go watch some highlights from season 3. They're really good, well-made, quality. At least I hope so. And yeah, keep watching those.
Am I in any of them?
None so far.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
wait, no, actually, maybe. Now I have to check.
If you have been in season
Oh.
3, then you
Well, he
may
was
have
in
been in
season
a short
3
already.
I
for
come
sure.
Okay, so
by
then
every 10
probably yes.
episodes.
Yeah.
I get like a monster in the dark.
Are you saying you haven't watched every single short that we put out?
I'm not gonna be honest. I used to say that I only watched Retrologic, and then I kind of stopped watching Retrologic, listening to Retrologic too. It's been a hectic kind of. I'm
Oh
not
no,
well put together.
you haven't been in any of the shorts because season 3 started with episode 41 and you weren't here for episode
Oh my
48.
god, this is episode 48.
Well, yeah, this is episode 48. Welcome back.
There you
Which I still think is hilarious. Oh yeah, we should probably explain that. By the way, the reason this is episode 48 is because we were going to record about Pikmin 4 with Flightsy like 5 months ago, but I hadn't played enough of it to actually do that. So now we're doing it now.
go. It's just delayed the episode.
We
to
just
get
delayed it really
the part
far.
out.
You know, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 48, 54. As you do. That's how you count.
I know how to count.
And so if you decide to watch these episodes in number order, we're gonna be like talking about things from the future.
Yeah,
You gotta have a
pretty
good.
much.
You gotta have a good time travel amount of time travel. That'd be a fun idea for a podcast where like you like randomize the order of the episodes and like so like you record the episodes out of order. That'd be a fun idea for like a podcast.
Ooh, that is a good idea, actually. I like that.
And then if you release them
That could be
back
like a
to
cool
together-
like podcast ARG almost.
Yeah, you'd have
Yeah.
to like. It'll be interesting. You'd have to like make up like some. You'd have to like make up some reason for there to be continuity between the episodes, and then you'd have to artificially try and make sure that continuity upholds, even though you're recording them out of order.
No, you would record them in order. You would just release them out of order.
No, I think you would
Mm.
want to. I think you'd want to record them out of order, but then like because then like it's a fun improv challenge where you try and have to make them all connect in a logical way somehow.
That could also be
that'd
cool,
wacky.
yeah.
It would be
Hey,
quite
if
wacky.
we get $100 on our Patreon, no. But you
No.
should go support it.
if we get 100 subs on our YouTube channel,
Now wait
we'll
just a
make
second.
we'll make
This
a
is
podcast ARG.
an ARG is a lot of effort. Like up that to like 1,000 or something.
yeah, 1,000. 1,000
We
sounds
get
good.
1,000 subs, we make a podcast ARG. Anyway,
If the
speaking
YouTube
of the
channel gets
YouTube
100
channel,
subs, Preston has to sit through Nintendo clickbait YouTube videos.
No, I don't want to watch any more Switch Force, please. For the love of all that is Ochi.
What's Switch Force?
It makes a whole bunch of clickbait Switch 2 videos. Has been since like 2020.
yeah,
I'd
pretty
watch
much.
them with you if it would help.
That sounds terrible. Let's not do
Anyway,
that.
speaking of the YouTube channel, we are now up to 41 subs. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does mean a lot to us, and we thank you all for the support.
I mean, can you imagine having 41 people in a room?
That's just a
That's
college
a lot.
dorm.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, arguably, though.
I mean,
When it
Try to
comes
help.
to
three of
like
our shorts.
when it comes to
Three of our
YouTube
shorts-
these days, it's not really a whole lot.
Yeah. 3 of our shorts have gotten over 1,200 views though. So
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of
Yes,
people.
that is a lot of people, and
Yeah.
that is very good.
1,200 people have heard my voice, probably more, but yeah, with that out of the way, let's start talking about what we've been playing recently. Logan, would you like to start us off?
Sure. I really haven't been playing a whole lot since the last time we recorded. I've just been focusing on other things. So I can only think of 2 games off of the top of my head, and those are Splatoon 3 with the Frosty Fest that had very concerning results, with Team Solo getting a full sweep. It's very concerning, honestly.
And we'll talk about
then-
that in the news as well.
Very concerning.
Pretty.
That's good. Maybe they want to be alone. Maybe.
That's
Splatoon
why it's
players, am I
concerning.
right?
I am okay if someone. I think that I would respect someone if they wanted to be alone. I would say I am. I think that what would be sad for me is I think a fair few of those people are not doing it, are kind of forced to be alone for one reason or another, which that feels sad. But I respect just
Only
like preferring it.
the only Splatfest I was a part of was the ice cream one, where everybody picked vanilla because they're all immature 30-year-olds playing the game.
You know, I actually really like vanilla as a flavor, but it doesn't really compare to mint chocolate.
Okay, but strawberry was right there, but people
Yeah.
are stupid.
Strawberry's
It was
not that
either-
good.
It was either
Yeah.
strawberry
Get
or
off right
vanilla
now.
for me.
Strawberry's kind of okay.
Definitely.
To me,
I will
like
not
strawberry and
tolerate
vanilla
any
are on
strawberry
similar.
slander ever.
For me, mint chocolate's like a whole other tier, right?
Stop
Like
talking right now.
like strawberry, vanilla,
Stop.
chocolate, those are on the same
Nope.
tier. Mint chocolate's
Nobody
like
cares.
above.
Mint chocolate is like a tier below
Uh,
vanilla and strawberry.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. Shush. It just
Hey, we're
Mint
feels
talking.
chocolate is
We're,
fine.
I guess the time travel thing is working because we're arguing about a Splatfest that happened that long ago.
Look, if you present an argument in front of me, I'll take it.
Speaking of taking it, Logan, do you want to keep going with anything else you played, or
Yeah.
did you literally just play Splatoon?
Yeah. I played Splatoon 3, and I have played one other game, and that is Among Us. Literally yesterday, actually, with a bunch of people, and we were hanging out here on the Discord.
I was
So
there.
once again, you should come and join our Discord. It's a lot of fun.
Logan
Among
got
Yeah.
imposter 4 times and I never got it once.
Yeah, I got imposter like literally 4 times total, and
Also, people would
Tanis
vote
here
me out
didn't
with
get it a
no
single.
explanation at all. I feel like they were teaming on me. It was kind of funny, but also very sad.
right.
Yeah, so that's about it for what I've been playing. Presto, you want to go next?
Yeah. So I've been playing a few 3DS games. I've been playing Pokemon Ultra Sun, enjoying that game as much as it's possible to enjoy a Pokemon game. I named all of my Pokemon after friends. So like I have a Inkay that's named Octoboy, and I have a Angar that's named Seth after Seth from, the All End podcast.
I don't know if that's creepy or kind of nice.
It was supposed to
It's
be
all in how
nice.
you approach it.
If you call that creepy, look
I'd
at
be worried if it
Miitopia.
was supposed to be creepy.
Yes, and then I proceed to just watch them die in the most horrible ways.
That is certainly a Preston thing to do. Not in a
Why
good
is
way,
that a Preston thing to do?
because
Well, I
I
mean, you
said
did
so.
do it.
Well, I didn't make them to watch them die. I just happened to die to Kiawe because I chose the grass starter. Because Rowlet is the best.
I don't know
I don't know.
anything about Pokemon, so this conversation.
I'm not gonna
is
lie, I'm
confusing.
also somewhat lost.
Okay, that's fine. Travis is in chat. He knows what's going on. Yeah, we should trade tomorrow. That's a good idea. I also played Dark Moon Scarescraper with Logan and my friend Jack, and
Oh, that
we
sounds
just
fun.
hopped on that, played
Yeah,
some
that
Scarescraper.
is true. I forgot to mention I did play Dark Moon a little bit.
Yeah, and that was fun. We just did like a 5-floor Scarescraper. It was a good time. I enjoyed it.
I've actually never played, Dark Moon.
You should play Dark Moon and then listen to
have
our
it.
podcast episode about it because it's so good. It's
Yeah.
such a good game. I beat it in
Okay.
3 days.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I played
was
the Luigi's Mansion 3 Scarescraper.
Yeah, that's not as good as Dark Moon's,
Interesting.
which is coming to Switch as well. So you could also just wait for the Switch remake, which I didn't do.
That's true.
No, I have it. I own it on 3DS. It's just I think it's still sealed.
Yeah, then sell that because a sealed copy of Dark Moon would sell for pretty much, and then buy the Switch version. That's my
Yeah, but I want the 3DS version as well because like I already have it. I might as well just play it.
I guess. The other game that I played on my 3DS is I did some Mario Kart 7. This
That's
game
good.
has a time trials mode that lets you race against 7 other ghosts, and it was almost like I was playing Mario Kart 8 online. Not quite, but almost. And so had some fun times doing that, playing some of the courses that didn't come to Mario Kart 8. And then, of course, I've been playing Pikmin 4. I finally rolled credits on the game. Which doesn't mean that I'm done. There's like so much post game in that game, but I did roll
There's a lot of
credits
post game.
I rolled credits about an hour ago. So that's what I got.
Amateur. I rolled credits the day I got the game.
That's what I did
Dang.
with Forgotten Land.
Now, granted, I did not do that for either of those games, but I don't. I don't really
Yeah, you're
go
not a
for
play
trying to
games
beat
as
it.
soon as
Yeah.
they come out guy.
I mean, I played both those games as soon as they come out, but I don't rush through them like I don't like. I can't beat a game that fast. I'm very slow. I'm an idiot. I die a lot.
It's fair.
So it took me a
Next,
couple days.
yeah, no arguments. Janice, what games have
Thanks.
you been playing recently?
Oh. I mean, I love Pikmin, but I haven't played it recently. But I did the Spirit event in Smash this last week. I have like 10 Rarus in my Spirit lineup. I tried playing Bomberman, and it was really boring. Specifically, the one on the Switch. So
Bomberman R.
yeah,
Yeah. I have that game. I only played like the multiplayer a few times, and I never really played it again.
I made an attempt to learn Mario Odyssey hat tricks, and I popped a balloon in balloon mode that only gave me 5 seconds on the clock when it was on the other end of the map. I still don't know how I did that actually, but I did that, so that was pretty cool. I think. Downloaded Dolphin Emulator, who I am not affiliated with at all.
You mean you got a
reasons.
GameCube, right?
And I played Super Mario Galaxy 2 totally legally without emulation.
I
Yep.
own
And
Super Mario Galaxy.
I
Oh
used
yeah,
to
actually,
love,
I also own that game. I did
used
that
to
with
love
Wind
that
Waker
game.
too. I played Wind Waker very legally.
but
for a bit.
after
played-
playing through it again recently, I've come to the conclusion that people will kill me for this, but it's the weaker of the two Galaxy games. For reasons I will not disclose, because that will make
Yeah,
this
2 is worse than
episode
1. I
1,000,000
agree.
years longer.
I wouldn't
So-
call it worse. It's very different, and I do
I
have
didn't
a
say
special place
worse.
in my heart. Preston said worse.
I said worse. 2 is worse than 1. 1 has Rosalina.
Okay, so you're telling me you like the first game better because you simp for like every Nintendo character ever.
No, I like the first game better because it has a better story and is more self-contained, and it doesn't feel like it takes as
Sure.
long as
All
the
right.
second one.
Sure.
I spaced
Mr.
out for a
Mr.
second and just
Pyramane.
now realized that you guys were talking about Galaxy. I think that 1 is by far the best, but I still definitely like 2. It's just because
Yeah.
of the nostalgia factor.
I agree with
I
that.
actually started with 2, so 2 is my first, which I think is interesting.
Well, then in that case, I could see why you like that one better because there is
I
a
don't
lot
like-
more content there, to
I
be
didn't.
honest.
I didn't say I liked it better. I'm not sure. I mean, there are, because I really like the atmosphere in 1, even though I don't have as much nostalgia. And I played 1 from the library, so for a while, like Galaxy 2 was the one that my parents bought me. Galaxy 1 was the one I'd occasionally be able to rent from the library, so it had an extra air of mystery to it,
Mm.
which fits really well with the general vibes of that game.
Yeah.
Anyway, I tried playing Mario Maker 2. I do not have the creative ability to make those levels myself. But then all of the online levels are horse trash. So, not a very good game. But
It's a good
I-
game
I
in
played-
theory.
I played through the story mode of that game and made some
Oh,
levels.
I
and that
did
is it.
too.
and then
Good game.
I've tried playing Tears of the Kingdom. Here's the thing. I thought Breath of the Wild was an okay 3 out of 5 game, and I liked Tears of the Kingdom way more.
The fact that you
But-
give Breath of the Wild a 3 out of 5 is not a subject that we're going to touch on, but I just want the listeners to acknowledge that this man gave Breath of the Wild a 3 out of 5. Carry on.
Anyway, and I recently completed most everything, so I've been looking for Koroks. And
Why would you do
whoever
that to
was the
yourself?
man at Nintendo HQ that thought it was a good idea to put 1,000 Koroks in this game deserves to be shot from a cannon into the Dead Sea.
I think the idea behind the Korok is they're a fun thing to find if you happen to come across them. I don't think you're supposed to get them all.
But I will say this. For all the people in the world who 100%ed this Tears of the Kingdom game within a week of its initial release, you have no social life, and that is an issue.
I thought you were gonna say you have no soul.
I don't know. I think it's impressive.
I'm not that mean, but I can be. So
I don't know. I think
I'm
it's
not.
pretty
I'm
impressive
not
they
that
did
mean,
this.
except for when I am.
The fun thing about Tears of the Kingdom and that kind of thing is they made their own community, so their social life is Tears of the Kingdom.
that's very
True.
sad.
It's only sad if
Why
you
is it? Why
assume
is it
it's
sad?
If
It's
your
only sad if you
social
make
life
it sad.
is a video game, I sound like a boomer. If your social life is a video game,
You
you don't have
do.
a social life.
Well, I'd argue that's a somewhat reductive way to look at things, but I also don't want to get into this.
I'd
Always
call
happening
I'd call
on the
I called
podcast.
podcasting a social life, and it's based on video games.
Yeah, this is my social life. I don't do anything socially other than this. That's a lie. I went
Played
to
that
go
game
see
for
No, that's
Okay,
hours
not
on
true.
now wait
end,
just a second.
every
There's
day
a
since
difference.
launch, and I just barely hit 50% completion.
I just want to say there's a
So I
difference.
do not understand how somebody could beat that game in less than a week.
There's a difference between making a podcast once a week and that being your only social interaction. That's not what you mean, right?
No, yeah, that's all I do. Otherwise, I'm just holed up in my room, just hiding and playing video games.
Are you happy with this?
No, that was a joke. I went to go see Mean Girls with like 7 other people
Okay.
like 2 nights
All right,
ago.
that's good. That is good.
Other than that, I haven't done anything, but I did do that. Anyway, Tanis, is that all you've been playing, or can we move on to Philip?
I think it is.
We should definitely put the object right after the what have you been playing?
Well, I want to do rapid recap rap before we do Wobject.
Okay, well we can move both of those up because yeah.
All right,
Yeah. I'll just stop there.
I could do that.
Oh wait, it's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn. Say things.
Go ahead.
So I know. Does it count if I talk about what games I was playing on stream?
Yeah, that counts.
All right, so I was recently playing Tinykin on stream. It's a really good game. It's just a lot of fun. There's not like a ton of like involved gameplay, but it's just a game where you just explore and like collect stuff, and there's not really any threat. It's a pretty chill exploration game.
Yeah, it's the
So
perfect game
that's
for a completionist, which is why I've been telling
yeah.
Logan to get it.
Perfect game for completionists, and it's perfect game if you just want a chill time. All the people's names are fun references. It's just a really fun kind of, and like the environments are great. It's just great. I also played some Levelhead, which is like Mario Maker but indie and with slightly better design. But then I got on a really hard user level that was complete. It was complete BS, and so I had a mental breakdown in the stream, but it was fine. Anyway, so that was Levelhead, and then I think the game I've actually played on my own, not on stream, as I recently got Hey Pikmin from a friend for Christmas, so I finished that,
Ooh.
so I could finally say that I have 100%ed all of the. I could finally say I've 100%ed all of the Pikmin games that aren't on mobile.
How dare you not have
Hey,
Pikmin Bloom
Pikmin isn't a
100%?
Pikmin game. What are you talking about?
It is a Pikmin game. It has Pikmin on the title, and there are several
What
elements
is
that
Hey
connect it with
Pikmin?
other Pikmin.
Like, I've never heard of that. There
Hey
is no
Pikmin is.
game.
As
Well,
someone who's an avid Pikmin fan as you, Tanis, I thought you of all people would know what Hey Pikmin is.
Hey Pikmin is not so bad we
There is
need
no
to
Hey
exile
Pikmin
it
in
from
Boston Say.
existence. Hey
Hey
Pikmin is
Pik-
not so bad we need to exile it from existence, guys.
Yeah.
Hey
It's
Pikmin is basically it's like It's a 2D Pikmin game essentially, and it's on the DS.
It's like Chibi Robo Ziplash, except for slightly better.
I've never played Chibi Robo Ziplash, honestly.
Yeah, nobody
There
did.
are several enjoyable aspects in Hey Pikmin. And there are. It's gonna struggle. It's not gonna recapture most of the Pikmin magic, but in tone, it does manage to get a lot of the tone of Pikmin right. It definitely feels like a downgrade from like a real Pikmin game, but it's also like you could feel that it's a spin-off, but it has a decent you collect 3 treasures in each level, and all those treasures still have fun explanations. There's some fun new creature designs. It still keeps the philosophy of creature design where like different creatures are related, which I really like. I really like the ecosystem of Pikmin games, and it has some fun level concepts. Overall, I think it's a game you are pretty okay. Like the main flaw is basically, I just want to point out that there are positives to that game, and it gets a bad rap because it came out at a terrible time. Basically, we were all wanted Pikmin 4, and like it like was the only Pikmin game for a long time, and I think that's a lot more of its source of a bad reputation. I think if it came out like right now during like the Pikmin boom where 3 Deluxe was coming out and we were getting the remakes and we got the Pikmin 4, I think if it came out in that wave, it would have been received a lot better.
I'm
Alright.
playing a dangerous game saying all of that when I'm here. The only good thing to come out of Hey Pikmin was that it shortened the gap between Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4 by 3 years. So not very much.
I don't think that's even true because I would still say that I wouldn't
Hey
count that
Pikmin is a
as
spin-off.
shortening the
Hey
gap.
Pikmin is a spinoff. But
It's a spin-off.
speaking of Pikmin, Philip, is that everything you've been playing?
I played a little bit of Trombone Champ.
Good game.
I know
But
All right,
speaking,
that's it.
but
Is that the
speaking of-
dinky? Is that the dinky little one on the direct where they were going?
yeah. No, you said
It's
Trombone
fun.
Champ,
Yeah.
but now Da Trombone in chat is going insane. I'm a
was
trombone
fun.
player. I haven't played it.
As someone who's played the trombone in high school, it's basically the exact same as playing the trombone.
Who would play the trombone? Gross.
Me. I thought we went over this.
Yeah, I know, but Bear.
I was also a trombone player.
Why are there so many trombone players?
Blah, blah, blah.
Do not throw shade on my boy the trombone. That thing is a
No, I love the
lifesaver.
trombone.
in
I just
Esco
can't play
score.
it. I just can't play
Justin,
trombone.
you are alone in your efforts against the trombone. We are all trombone people.
Trombone.
Trombone,
I don't play the
trombone.
trombone, but I use it in my music. So
That's
I
close
am-
enough.
I'm legitimately scared. Anyway,
As you should be.
we're gonna move on to the Waluigi news. We have a few news items on here. Golden Sun 1 and 2 are both being added to NSO with a feature that lets you take your save data from the first game and transfer it over to the second game without using like a link cable or anything or a super long code. So that's really nice. And that's coming out the 17th. So by the time you're hearing this, it will be out. And those games look good. I just don't have time to play another RPG on NSO right now because I'm still playing through Paper Mario. Also, Splatoon.
Good job on that.
Splatoon had their Frosty Fest, which was who would you rather spend the holidays with, friends, family, or solo? Unfortunately for the best team, friends, solo swept literally everything. All categories were swept by Team Solo, which just tells us that Splatoon players are sad introverts.
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest. Going into the launch of Splatoon 3 and all the Splatfests, I really didn't think there would be a single complete wipeout on all the categories. But to my knowledge, that's happened 3 times now. 3 times, and this is the 3rd time. And it's starting to get ridiculous, honestly, because
Wait,
it's making the other teams look like they did nothing.
I mean, the
what team
Splatfest have
was-
always had.
Whose team
Sorry,
was
what did you
solo?
say?
Whose team was solo?
That
Like
was Team
which-
Big
Who
Man.
matters?
So this is
really
Big
matter?
Man's 4th official dub.
Ew, why would you vote for Big Man when you could vote for Shiver?
I've
I
never
don't
liked
care.
I've never liked Splatfest because
Okay.
from my experience, people never pick the option they actually like. They just pick the one that's popular or gets the funny vote.
Look, I would
and
pick the option
that's
that
another problem. Here,
I'll just pick
I'm going
Shivers.
to
Shiver pick.
pull up the Nintendo Switch Online app, and I'm going to go through every single Splatfest and count how many wins Shiver has so far.
doesn't
You
matter.
ready?
I don't like that we've managed to put celebrity drama in video games. I don't like celebrity drama, and I'd prefer not to engage with it.
They literally did a whole thing where Big Man did a like worked on a song with the Squid Sisters, and then the rest of Deep Cut got mad at him and did a revenge song. That was literally part of.
Yeah, but that was probably a publicity stunt. Like, honestly, a lot of celebrity drama is a publicity stunt because it gets eyes on them, and they know it's not really going to hurt them in the long run.
Yeah, it was, but it was funny. So.
No, all I'd say is I don't care how many times Shivers won.
I do, because Shiver should just win all of them.
You should
Hold
vote
on,
for
I'm
what
still
you
telling you
believe
that, 1
in.
second.
I do. I
So that's why
believe in
that's why I would always put and vote for the actual option I believe in if I owned Splatoon 3, which I don't.
I own Splatoon 3. Fair.
That's what I would do.
I
I do
played
have a lot of
Splatoon
fun.
3 for like 3 weeks and then never touched it again.
I will say I do have fun engaging in the arguments when you guys post things in Discord about it.
Yeah, the arguments are funny.
Okay, so I just finished counting it up, and just for those who are curious, Shiver has 8 victories so far. Big Man has 4, and Fry has 1, a single Splatfest victory. And it was
Wow.
arguably like the only one where Fry had a trump card, and that is the spicy sweet sour Splatfest. Like,
What team
Surprisingly,
it's
has
honestly
one win 'cause
ridiculous.
she's the ugliest character design I've ever seen. Have you seen her forehead? Her eyes are not natural, and her fingers are weirdly long. I do not like her at all.
I don't care
I
how
think
she
she looks
looks. I
cute.
like her character.
I think she looks cute.
Is this
She should be
I
the
don't know the
first
word.
result when you Google bad character design.
Not the first.
I don't
is.
care about her character design. I just like her character. Okay, so I've watched a few videos on this, and I think like a lot of Shiver getting all the wins is not only because she's the most popular idol for whatever reason. It's also because they always put the most obvious and popular options as the first option in the Splatfests, like when they make them. Because
Like vanilla.
let's take for example the ice cream flavor Splatfest, where you have vanilla, strawberry, and mint chip. It's like, okay, what are some good ice cream flavors we could put here? Well, vanilla. Vanilla's obvious. Let's put it as the first
Yeah, but
one.
as we've already discussed, mint
And
chip
vanilla
it
is like
rises
the
above
most
the
popular
rest in all
flavor.
terms. A lot of people view vanilla as bland, which I disagree with. I actually really like vanilla, but I think vanilla has a reputation
so-
for being boring.
According to the video I watched, vanilla is actually the most popular ice cream flavor of all time anywhere. And so obviously that one's going to get the most credit, and they gave it to Shiver, which is the first option. And so it's not only the idol bias, but just the bias of her being the first one on the list.
And also because
What-
the player base is 30-year-old men with the sense of humor of a middle schooler. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get just insulting random people we don't know, I would like to say the Splatfests have never been a particularly balanced aspect of Splatoon, even back to like Splatoon
Oh,
1.
absolutely not. The Splatfests are completely unbalanced. They are completely broken.
I just
They've
find it
never
funny
figured
that
out how to do it.
I looked up bad character design, and the first thing that came up was an image of Pyra.
As
should have been Monster Hunter
Well.
instead, not Pyro. In
Then-
Smash, I mean.
Nah. Anyway, that's all the news for today. We're gonna move on to the community questions.
so ready to
I
give
think we
more
actually
warning
have a
answers and
lot of
piss off
community
everybody.
questions today.
Our first
Yeah.
question is Molitrov, aka Logan 3, who asks, "Why is Pikmin with an M on the end? Why is Pikmin,
Well,
guys?"
the answer to that is you're mistaken. Pikmin is not. So, that's why. If you wonder if it seemed pointless or not in existence, and that you need to ask why, the answer is you're wrong. Pikmin isn't.
I pick Min.
What does that mean?
You think it
Pikmin?
means? I pick men.
Oh, you pick men. I see. I
Oh,
see.
Hmm.
I get it. That was a joke
Why
right
is
there.
Pikmin?
Yes.
Or
Pikmin
who is
is
Pikmin?
Pikmin is just Pikmin. I don't know what else to say other than that. Thanks for the amazing question. We love our community. Our next question is from Maddie Beth. Thoughts on the blue Pikmin getting tortured all the time by Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't
Hilarious.
understand what that
Cool,
is.
but hilarious.
what does that mean? I'm not sure what I'm not. I
Okay,
haven't
so
gotten this far in the iceberg.
Basically, in like pretty much like the vast majority of Nintendo's like promotional artwork and such for Pikmin games, like the blue Pikmin is always just suffering, like either getting
Huh.
eaten by Bulborbs or just having a rough time.
It probably has at least a little bit to do with the fact that their face looks like a frown.
Probably because
Okay.
they're blue and Nintendo hates blue people.
Wow. I think blue Pikmin are
Well, to
adorable.
be fair,
Oh, I don't know why.
Louis exists, so they have some cause.
They're torture. Why would you torture somebody for the existence of Bluey? I love Bluey. Bluey's great.
Louis is
Louis is a
amazing.
menace to society, which can be an attractive
I'm
trait.
sorry.
Right. So
I'm
next time Flightsy's
sorry.
on the show, we're gonna do a Flightsy topic about Bluey.
Louis is the best
Saying
kids
Bluey
show
is a
to
menace
ever
to
exist.
society has.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I thought you were just making some pun off of Louis from Pikmin being blue. I didn't know you were talking about the TV show.
No.
I've never
Oh,
watched
okay.
it.
Okay.
I was
Thank
about to
goodness.
say,
Louis,
okay.
the
saying
character
Louis
from
is a menace to
Pikmin is just cut that out because
Okay,
I didn't mean to
yes.
say that. Louis,
Louis
the
from
character,
Pikmin is a menace to
a
society, and I
absolute,
hate him.
which is an
Why did it
attractive
just get
trait to some people,
so
but it can
quiet?
also be really annoying.
Yeah. Basically, because Nintendo wants to. I think we
I
agree.
mean,
Looks like
I
I
think
get to take
at
over the
least a little
podcast.
bit has to. They look sad. Blue Pikmin just look sad. They've got
Let's
like
frowns
frowns, and
Preston's
their
deepest,
tail is like
darkest
frowns.
secrets. Part 1.
No, we're not. You can't include Flightsy
Preston
topic.
is a person that
Flightsy topic was
exists.
already
No,
incurred.
wait, flights. We've already used the
What a
flightsy topic. We
shocker.
can't
Yeah,
go
you
off
can't do
topic
that.
ever again.
We can't go off topic. Sorry. Next
As long as
question
the
is from
episode
Monkey
It's a
Thunder.
bit late for that. We've gone so off topic.
Never.
But unintentionally, you can't
Yeah.
purposefully derail unless it's a flightsy topic, and I used it up.
Yep. Exactly. So our next question is from Monkey Thunder. Who would win in a fight? Me, Presto the Magnificent, or 100 Red Pikmin?
100 Red Pikmin.
Presto.
Okay.
I'm legally
I
not
hope you
allowed to vote on this
realize
question.
just how small those things actually are.
Yeah,
like their
because
cannon size is just like maybe a millimeter.
I know.
They are tiny.
But there's
What
a
are they
reason we're
gonna do
afraid.
to
There's a
someone who is
reason.
like 1,000 times their size?
There's a reason we're terrified of bugs. I mean, imagine like 100 bees coming after you.
Yes, but
And-
those are bees, and even bees are like 10 times the size of what Pikmin actually are canonically sized.
A Pikmin and bees are around the same size.
No, they're
How
really
big do you
not.
think? How big do you think
Okay.
bees are?
They're bigger than Pikmin. Here, look. Let me look up the cannon size of Pikmin.
I'm looking at the can side of bees. How big are bees?
The cannon
2
size of
milliliters. How big are millimeters? Not
Okay.
milliliters. Pikmin are 2.9 centimeters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Bees are like millimeters. They're bigger than bees. A large chunk of bees. There are definitely bees that like are bigger than Pikmin, but there's a ton of bees that aren't. They're around the same
Okay,
size.
so then apparently the Smash Cannon sizes video misled me.
They're around the side of a quarter.
And I
Okay,
can
Approximately.
so then
kill
apparently
I can kill
they're
100
bigger
bugs.
than I thought they were. My sources were inaccurate. But still,
yeah,
they're
Think about some of
small.
those guys. Especially if they have someone like Almar, like think if once they get on your body, then like you've got a problem.
It's fairly
Right.
easy to shake them off, though. Like, literally, just look at the bosses in the game. They just shake them off really easily.
Yeah.
Eh,
I could
I don't know. I feel
like they're impervious to fire, but they don't breathe fire. So like they don't really have any attacking other than just grabbing onto you and like hitting you.
I would fear 100 Pikmin. It's like a swarm of
I mean,
fire
I would
ants coming
fear
at
I would
you.
fear
But
100
like,
I mean, sure,
The
it's
red
scary, but
Pikmin
when it comes down to it, would it
ability to
really be
fight.
hard to take them all out?
There's
Yeah, if I was dead set on killing them, I could do it.
okay, you all
there's
believe
a
in
text
Preston more
area.
than I do.
Wow. Thanks, Flex. I believe in you
Have
too.
you considered that it's Preston, though? New element to the conversation.
Okay. Good point. Your point is registered, but I think that I'm more than capable of killing 100 bugs easily. Yes.
No, because you never touch grass, so.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on this one.
That's fair. Next question is from Danimal Lover, aka Akari, who asks, "What is Pikmin?"
Pikmin is a series of video games
Let me
created by.
explain this. No, let me explain this.
Okay.
Let me explain this. Pikmin is a survival horror game in which you play as a stranded astronaut on a parasitic asteroid trying to fight your way to freedom.
You're not an asteroid. You're an Earth.
Yeah,
This is technically
it's
Earth is
PNF
just a
404.
giant asteroid.
No, you're on
Earth is
PNF 104.
classified as a planet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a planet.
Let me look up
Pikmin.
the
But in the
definition of
sense, but in the case
asteroid.
of Pikmin, I'm calling it an asteroid. It's funny.
All right, I got it. Pikmin is a real-time strategy and puzzle video game series created by Shigeru
I'm
Miyamoto
just
and
reading the
published by Nintendo.
Wikipedia entry.
The games focus on directing a horde
No.
of plant-like creatures called Pikmin to collect items by
So
destroying
annoying.
obstacles, avoiding hazards, and
Shut
fighting
up.
fauna that are hazardous to both the
Somebody mute
player
him.
character and the Pikmin. The Pikmin series
My name
features
is
4 main
Preston. I
entities,
read
as
off
well
the
as 2 spin-offs.
Wikipedia.
The
I read
first
off the
two,
Wikipedia. My name is
Are you
Preston.
using
I'm going to reveal
Wikipedia?
Preston.
2004 were released
Are
for the game.
you using
Later
I'm going to reveal
Wikipedia?
Preston's
play
deepest,
control
darkest
titles in
secret if he doesn't
2008
shut
and
up right now.
2009.
5,
Excuse
4,
me.
was
3.
You
in the
do
Nintendo
not
Selection
use
2012.
Wikipedia.
Both
You have
titles
to
were
use.
remastered for the Nintendo Switch in
Stop using
2023
Wikipedia.
on
You
Plus
have to
2.
use.
The third
You
installment,
can't.
Pikmin 3, was
Okay,
released for the
can
Wii
someone
U in
turn off his
2013.
mic? I know, but I feel like you can't use Wikipedia. You have to go to Pikipedia, the wiki source that's part of the Nintendo Independent Wiki Alliance. Pikmin is the first game of the Pikmin series, released in 2001, is one of the first games available for the GameCube. The game is the first in the series chronologically, and she's Captain Alma crash landing. Okay, sorry, I won't do
Yeah,
that.
this
I think
this
I have a better
is what
definition.
our viewers are here for. Why listen to us make original content when instead you can hear us read off Wikipedia pages?
I'm about
And
to leave.
Pikipedia, and
It's better than
Pikipedia.
any opinions we have because it doesn't have any opinions. Nobody can get mad at us if we just read off the Wikipedia.
It's
I'm about to
this.
leave.
Pikipedia is different than Wikipedia. Pikipedia is the independent wiki for all things Pikmin.
Yes, I know you got mad at me for using the Kirby fandom wiki. So
It's true. Loser. Anyway,
this is a multiple time brought up thing.
I think I have a good definition.
always
I have a
important.
good definition.
All right, Logan, what's your
Uh-huh.
definition?
Okay, so if somebody were to ask me what is Pikmin, I would say Pikmin is the name of a fictitious creature from the video game titled the same
Okay.
name. And these Pikmin come in a variety of different colors, and they all have different abilities, and they are about 2.9 centimeters tall, apparently.
If
First, you
someone
have blue Pikmin, they go into the water, and if you want to hurt them, then hit them with some fire. I don't know.
What?
That does
was
not.
really
That's a
bad.
forced rhyme. It's a forced rhyme. It's not real. Boo! Get off the stage.
That was me writing a parody in 3 seconds, okay? I can do a lot better if I have time.
Or you could.
You're not giving you time. Boo! All right, here's my go at it. If someone were to ask me, hey, what's Pikmin? First, I'll go, holy smokes, we talk about Pikmin, and then I would then I would scream for a few hours. But after that, I would talk about the fact that Pikmin's like it's a Nintendo game series. It's one of my favorite. I think it's got a really nice, interesting, weird vibe to it, and I really appreciate it. It scratches a lot of nerves, itches for me. It's like I gotta. It's just really a game that I really like personally, and I think it's really unique. And you should try it out, but don't be discouraged if you don't like it, because it is kind of a more niche experience.
Okay.
And I'd secretly
We
kill
are
it if they
going.
didn't like it.
We're
I
gonna
think we should move on to our next question now.
We're gonna skip the next one actually because that's
What?
gonna be our best and worst. It's gonna be our best and worst for
Oh,
today because
okay.
it's already there.
Okay then. So then we'll go on to our last one then, and that is, why are the bosses so much lamer in the latest Pikmin game than the last ones?
From Geo
Oh,
slash
Maybe you're just maybe your nostalgia goggles are on too tight. and leaning.
Because when
Okay,
you have
honestly-
Ochi, all the bosses are easier.
Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I could barely even tell the difference between a mini boss and a regular boss. I still don't know technically what is considered a boss in that game, except for the very final boss.
That's fair. I would say
Like legitimately.
yes.
It doesn't make it
I-
obvious at all what's supposed to be a boss.
That is true. I'll give you that. I
The
will
one that was
also
like
say though,
the one that
I
was like
kind
a
of like
disco
that.
ball annoyed me.
That one's a boss. I will say I do kind of like the idea that like you can't tell what's a boss because it's just an ecosystem with different sized enemies, and some are big and some are small. So I kind of like without not having an official distinction between them. That being said,
Yeah, I see.
let's look at. Yep.
I see your point, but like at the same time, it almost feels like there isn't enough distinction for it to feel like a boss, and that's like one of the biggest drawbacks for me is because it like boss battles are supposed to be intense. They're supposed to be like a
Right.
big turning point, a big fight, but it doesn't really feel like that because it doesn't feel like a boss.
And that's part of my general that actually links back to my general feeling that this is not a very challenging game for like someone that's knows Pikmin and like has done Pikmin. So like you never felt challenged by a boss, and that made every boss not feel intense to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with that, that's all of our community
Personally,
questions.
yeah.
And
Yes.
if you want to ask a community question, you can do that by going into the description below and clicking the link to join the Discord. And
Actually,
if we get 100 people to join, which we're getting even closer to because we just got a whole bunch of people who joined, I will play through all of Hollow Knight to 112%. I'm not looking
that's
forward
a
to
lot.
it, but it
I
will
was
happen.
we never actually answered the question. The reason the bosses feel aren't as good is probably because they're trying to make this game more open to beginners. That's my
Yeah.
final word on that.
Speaking of
Fucking hate
Pikmin, our best and worst for today comes from Flightsy. Who's that? Nobody knows. He asks.
Aw.
He asked on the Discord, what is the best and worst part of every Pikmin game? And we're going to let Flightsy himself run through that because none of us have played the first 3 Pikmin games except for him.
Oh my god.
I've
The
played
best-
Pikmin 3.
Okay. He has played Pikmin 3.
All right. Well, we'll do it for the games we played. The best part of Pikmin, the only game I haven't played is I haven't played Pikmin Finder, so there's going to be a gap there. So the
What is
best part
Pikmin
about
Finder?
I'm not really
Like a-
sure. I just saw it on a Wikipedia list somewhere, and apparently it exists. It's like a QR code you have to scan. I don't know. I'm going to investigate it sometime. But point is, I can't say anything about that. But best part about Pikmin, I think, I'm gonna say it's the atmosphere. Atmosphere of Pikmin is just weird. There's like a weird kind of alien. I think it's the most alien feeling the Pikmin planet has done, especially like Distant Springs atmosphere, where like there's not even music. It's like an ambient kind of like soundtrack. Really good. I think it nails atmosphere. Worst thing about Pikmin 1 is naturally it's pretty jank. It's real jank. Uh, and obviously that's going to hinder it. It's just a bunch of janky stuff. You can kind of tell that it's very much, it's just not very polished. That's the worst thing about Pikmin 1. Best thing about Pikmin 2, I'm gonna have to go with the. Even though I actually really like the gameplay of Pikmin 2, I'm gonna go with the Picklepedia and the treasure log. I love the amount of depth they add to Almar and Louie's character. I love like the Picklepedia bios. I love how like the enemies work together as an ecosystem, and all of those exist in Pikmin 1. Like has his ship logs, and that gives you Almar's character in Pikmin 1. And the end credits have notes on the Pikmin biologies. But like I don't know, to me the treasure hoard and the Picklepedia make the Pikmin world feel really full, and they were added here first. The worst thing about Pikmin 2 is probably that it's really not beginner friendly. Like, I love it, but like, I can't recommend that game to anyone without like a massive asterisk of, oh yeah, you might hate this. Because like, it is like I appreciate its BS. Like, I think it actually is fairly well, and I actually think it's fairly well designed from like a specific viewpoint, but like it is undeniably very not beginner friendly, and I can't recommend it to people because like I don't want to push people away because they had a bad experience with Pikmin 2 because a bomb rock fell and blew everything up with very little warning, even though I enjoy it. Like, so that's probably the worst part about Pikmin 2, unfortunately. Now we're gonna move on to Pikmin 3. The best part about
I can
Pikmin 3.
participate in this one.
Oh yeah. The best part about Pikmin 3. Uh, I just have to say mission mode. Mission mode is so fun. Even though I haven't platinumed every episode, it I love the multitasking in Pikmin 3 is so good, but I don't have the patience to do like a full game run. But mission mode with like 12 minutes per level, but like you just have to try and get everything in that level, and like trying to like perfect that for like fun to play with my mom. Like I like my mom isn't a really big person with games, but I really got her into Pikmin because like it fulfilled like her desire to like clean stuff up and organize stuff. So like I have a lot of fun memories of playing with mom and like the tense like it's tense game. It's hard and but like it's rewardingly challenging. And so I think the best part about Pikmin 3 is probably gonna be the mission mode. The worst part about Pikmin 3 for me, unfortunately, uh, is that like it feels small compared to 2. Like, this is a bit of a cop out kind of like thing. I know that's part of its strength, but to me, no, wait, amending it. I'm wrong. The worst thing about Pikmin 3 is I don't like its structure. I In Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, it doesn't take too long for you to get all the Pikmin, and you can just do stuff however you want. In Pikmin 3, by the time you get blue Pikmin, the game's almost over, and getting the water treasures feels like backtracking. And I don't like that. I think that messed with the pacing. I think I miss the old. I like when I'm allowed to just kind of go and like go places. And I think Pikmin 3, especially in a Pikmin game, and I think Pikmin 3 is too much. Like it just takes too long to get the blue Pikmin. It's very much you fight all the bosses in the same order, and I don't like that kind of. I don't like that as much. So that's going to be my worst part of Pikmin 3. Someone else has played
Okay.
Pikmin 3, so we can go over it.
Okay, so I actually haven't played the mission mode at all, and so therefore I can't really agree with you on your statement that it's the best part. I'm
See,
sure I'm sure it's probably great. I just haven't played it because I don't own the game, and so I haven't played it that much. But
right.
I have at least beaten the game. So in terms of the best part, um, honestly, it's just like the overall atmosphere of the game. Like it's genuinely creepy and mysterious at times, and the soundtrack that goes with it is amazing.
Pikmin
that's like one of the
always
things that
nails the
nails it in
atmosphere
this
and
series
soundtrack.
with me is just the overall atmosphere, and this is definitely highlighted in Pikmin 3.
What's your favorite track?
The worst part though.
Sorry.
My favorite track, if I had to pick, it would be the boss theme. Just the way it's
Oh.
so chaotic and yet it flows with the battle because it's like a MIDI track.
Oh
And so
yeah.
like you have different things going on at different times. Like you just have this big overlaying theme in the background the whole time. And then as different things happens, like if the boss starts to attack it, like it gets all frantic. If he catches some Pikmin, it gets like really desperate. And then if he gets weak, it gets like triumphant, something like that.
Oh yeah.
I just really like it. It's so cool. I've listened to it a bunch of times.
It's very cool. Pikmin is as a series has always been really cool about adaptive audio. It's like it's just a really cool
Yeah.
feature. You trying to say
Yeah,
the worst
absolutely.
thing?
Yeah, okay. I don't really know the worst thing, but can I just say the Plasm Wraith? I
That's
didn't
fair. That's
enjoy
fair.
that fight like at all. I
That's fair.
really didn't enjoy that fight. Like, especially the lead up to it, trying to get Olimar through the maze when I had no idea what I was doing was just really frustrating because I would have to start over every time and I would lose all my progress. And after a while, it was just really, really frustrating. And then by the time I finally got him out of there, and then it was like the big boss time, I didn't know what to do at the boss. Like, and it took me forever because I didn't realize that you were supposed to damage like the little blobs of goo that come out of him. And so I was just
Oh,
attacking him over and over and over, barely
oh,
doing tiny bits of damage for so long. And then I would end up losing all my Pikmin by the end of the fight. And so I'd like have to go back to other worlds and get
Oh,
more Pikmin so that I could
oh
come
my
back
god!
in and try again. It was
that's
awful.
why the
I
rewind
hated
feature
that
is
fight
good.
so much.
You
I
can
hated it so
rewind.
much.
You can rewind days in Pikmin 3. Like you can't go back to past days, but you can't rewind
But
like you
that
can
was a
before.
thing that I didn't know at the time also
Oh,
because I
why?
was
Who would
still
else
new
even
to
know
the
that?
franchise. I
I
didn't realize that. And so it's just this whole fight was so frustrating for me because I was so unaware of everything and how it worked because I was still so new to the franchise. Yeah, it's probably one of my least favorite boss battles of all time just for that because I had a bad first experience.
that's
Sounds
fair.
like a skill
That
issue.
is, yeah.
I know it was a skill issue, but
Well,
it was so bad of a skill issue that it
the
completely
most
ruined my experience with it.
it's an emotionally scarring skill issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so the
Pikmin
best
4. Wait, no, it's Hey Pikmin is next. Dang
oh,
it.
the best part about Hey Pikmin is oh, this is gonna be tricky. Um, I think it just does a good job of keeping a fair few amount of Pikmin
Like, can you
things.
say
Like
one good thing about this thing that you hate? It's like,
No, I don't hate it. It's hard. It's hard because a lot of that game is kind of not bad but mediocre, right? But no,
Mhm.
that's not fair. I like the atmosphere. I'll go with I like that it continues stuff like the Picklepedia, like that it comes up with whole new descriptions. There are a few descriptions at that game like that have weird lore implications, which is really fun. And I think so. I'm going to go with the general vibe. I think for the idea of making a Pikmin platformer out of a 2D Pikmin platformer, it does it fairly well. I think it does it fairly well at adapting things to this new format of like, oh, gotta carry treasures, gotta do some puzzles. It can't get the rich strategy of Pikmin, but it kind of like that would be too much to ask for. So I say I do think it does do a good job of I think playing through it is fun and like you'll have some fun times, and if you just take it in with like a good like without like too much of a heavy expectation, I think it is generally a fun time. The worst part about Pikmin, Hey Pikmin, is the fact that there's an achievement, or not achievement, you get something for getting through levels without killing any Pikmin, so I have to do deathless runs again. But in Hey Pikmin, pretty much anything could just kill your Pikmin for no reason, and it's kind of jank. And like, so like, I would just get like, on like, it would be perfectly fine for like 90% of levels, and then there'd just be some levels that would just whoop my ass, and like, it would just be, it's
Language.
just like so hours of just being like, why can I like? Cause like a crumb bug would fall from the sky and kill one of them, consistently. So that's the worst part. Hey, Pikmin, that sucks. Getting the golden. Don't get the gold Pikmin trophies. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yes,
Best and
sir.
worst part
Noted.
about Pikmin Bloom.
Pikmin Bloom.
The Pokemon Go app. Best part about Pikmin Bloom is that it has a lot of fun costumes that the Pikmin can wear. It's actually really fun to see all the nice costumes. They do a lot of events. It's just fun. And they're really cute, and it's just kind of fun to see. And it does a good job doing that. It's a chill game. Pikmin Bloom is a chill game. The worst part about Pikmin Bloom is that despite being a chill game, they do these crazy events every month with missable Pikmin that you can never get again or very rarely get again if you aren't there for the event. And then they make it's not even guaranteed. You basically it's like a gotcha game to get the special costumes. But you can't actually I don't like gotcha games. I don't like having the idea that I'd have to pay I haven't spent any money on that game because I'm not paying money for on this thing. But also without paying money, you just kind of get screwed over, and it just kind of sucks. I mean, again, there's some cool stuff in that game. I love the designs, but actually I'm never going to be able to 100% that game without spending money and waiting for some Pikmin to be brought back, and that sucks. That sucks a lot. It really is a big gripe I have with that game. That's the vibe of Pikmin Bloom. This was a really fun, cute idea, but they added microtransactions like that. That's Pikmin Bloom.
Yeah.
Uh,
I can agree.
it's not good enough to spend money on, but it's good enough to play and get annoyed that they want you to spend money on. Anyway, let's the best and worst thing about Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which is a separate game.
Oh,
They
yeah.
added because the best thing about Pikmin 3 Deluxe is they add a lot of stuff. They really tried to make that game worth its value. They tried to add a lot of stuff, and I think I enjoy it. They added achievements, they added side stories and co-op mode, and what else did they and I mean, side stories and co-op mode are big on their own. They added they also did add the achievements. I'm just gonna leave it. Those three are already a lot of things, so I'm just gonna leave that there. I'm not actually sure what else they might have added off the top of my head. But the worst thing about Pikmin 3 Deluxe is it does kind of feel rushed. A lot of the stuff they added feels a little bit slapdash. For instance, if you ever played co-op mode in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which I have with my mom, every time you reach what would happen was this. Every time we'd reach a boss, divide up our Pikmin for a strategy, then we'd walk in, the cutscene would play, and all of the Pikmin would transfer to me. And that's emblematic of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. It feels slapped together a little bit. It feels cobbled together. Stuff doesn't quite work. There's achievement for taking pictures of the Pikmin signs. No one's gonna get that without looking up the signs. In the original game, the little Pikmin cave drawings were a fun thing, but now they're an achievement. It doesn't make any sense. The side stories are way easier than the mission mode. So for someone who's played it, it doesn't present a ton new stuff. And basically, I just feel in general, the Pikmin 3 works super well as its own thing that it feels it's just tons of polish on it. It feels like a cohesive game. And Pikmin 3 feels Pikmin 3 Deluxe was trying to staple a ton of stuff onto it, which is a nice attempt. But I just feel it. I feel the fact it feels rushed because they probably Pikmin 4 was probably taking longer than they wanted. So they wanted a Pikmin 3 thing up to start building up hype. And so they just they really had the ambition to make it good, but they kind of threw it together. And so you can kind of tell. That's the worst part about Pikmin 3 Deluxe.
So my only experience with Pikmin 3 Deluxe specifically is just playing the demo.
Right.
I mean, it's not like the graphics really could get better, but they did get slightly better, and so that's good. Actually, no, I changed my mind. The best part of Pikmin 3 Deluxe
Demo.
is
The
being
Pikmin 3
able to
Deluxe
use
demo.
a better controller than the gamepad. I
That's
tried
fair.
it out with the Switch. I tried it out with the Switch Pro controller, and it is definitely a superior experience.
All right, I'll give you that.
Worst part, I don't know. It didn't change a whole lot from what I saw, so I'll go with
All right,
that.
I'll give
I
you that.
suppose.
Oh, ultra spicy mode was the thing I was going to talk about, and that's really half baked too. I should say, quick mention. I don't have a lot to say. The Wii play controls are basically the same as the GameCube, but I guess if we're going to do a quick best and worst, best is that it gave you the Wii controls. Worst is that despite the fact the Wii has GameCube functionality, they don't let you play with the GameCube controllers, which would make it the ultimate version. So that's best and worst there. I've never actually played the Switch 1 and 2, so I can't actually talk about those. So we're going to go to Pikmin 4, finally. Best and worst of Pikmin 4.
Alrighty.
Best is definitely the the experience. They really jam pack. It's a big game. It's got a great rhythm. I think that just like the general just that I'm gonna say the best is that there's so much stuff and love. Like there's just a bunch of stuff. There's like more worlds than any other Pikmin game besides Hey Pikmin, which doesn't count. There's more treasures. There's more enemies. There's more option. There's more, what are they called? There's more descriptions for the enemies in the Picklepedia. There's like more. It's everything I could have wanted after waiting 10 years. It's great to have a nice big meaty game to play after waiting for 10 years. And I'm going to select that as my best thing. And my worst thing, I will say, is that I didn't find myself challenged as much as I'd like. I wish there was a hard mode. It could really use a hard mode, which would be nice. It doesn't have any. It doesn't have the bites that I would like out of a Pikmin game, but I don't need in a Pikmin game. So it's just something I wish existed.
That's fair.
Okay. Let's see. So I think if I were to pick my best part of Pikmin 4, it would probably be either Ochi alone, because I love Ochi. He's my good boy. Or it would be like the exploration aspects of the game. Like I just love going around and collecting things, defeating enemies, and just yeah, it's like addicting almost. Like when I'm doing that, I can barely get myself to stop playing the game. Yeah, so that's definitely something I love about it. The worst part, that it's really difficult actually.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
game is
know.
really difficult actually.
To be honest, there's not really a
No.
whole lot to dislike about it. Um,
Gotta
I
choose
think
something.
maybe just like the linear aspect of it, like that contrasts the exploration with like the caves. The caves are cool and all, but it kind of feels like they're more of a linear experience, and so that way they kind of feel like more of a chore instead of like actually something fun to do sometimes. Especially with like the freaking enormous 20 24 cave at the end of the game. It
Spoilers.
just felt like it dragged on forever.
Don't worry about that,
And
Preston. It doesn't exist. He's lying.
Okay, okay. I figured.
yeah,
Speaking of me,
yeah.
again, this is just playing through the
So yeah,
credits.
there's
That's everything that, right? You did both, Logan?
yeah. Either that or the Smoky Prog. I hate that thing. It's annoying.
Well,
Okay.
Smoky Prog.
I also haven't
I
gotten
don't
to
like the
Smoky
Smoky
Frog.
No, I'm kidding.
So again, this is just me going from.
Sorry. Sorry.
This is just me ending at the credits. The best part, for me was. It's a toss-up between the visuals because this game is beautiful. It's literally one of the best looking games on Switch. Or the caves because I really liked having that just linear level format instead of just exploring everywhere. And I do like exploring everywhere, but I think I enjoy the caves more overall. And my least favorite part was anything to do with Dandori because it felt shoved in and didn't feel like the rest of the game and it didn't fit in well for me.
You should play Pikmin. I think you'd like Pikmin if
I
you don't
don't
get immediately destroyed.
yeah, if I play Pikmin 2, I'll play it on stream so you can laugh at me.
Yeah. Pikmin 2 takes away a lot of the Dandori elements and does a lot with the cave. So,
So maybe I'd like it.
I'm not burying the lead at all.
Speaking of Pikmin, we're going into our next segment, the Rapid Recap Rap.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could
Now, in this
Oh, boy.
segment, you have 30 seconds to rap about Pikmin 4. Like freestyle with
Oh,
no
no.
preparation.
I don't know how to rap.
Neither do I. I just kind of like it just kind of happens, you know?
Can I try and do like a poetry kind of thing? Like I'll try and do the rhyming, but I don't feel comfortable imitating the rap style.
Yeah, that works. All right, I have 30 seconds on the timer. I don't want to go first. So Logan, since you're hosting this episode, you want to go first?
But
All right,
no.
timer starting in 3, 2,
Hey, whoa.
1, go.
Pikmin 4. It's a new game. Came out in July. It's got a funny name. Yeah. And
Does it have a
in
funny
this
name?
game, you go and you rescue the team. It has Olimar
Didn't even
and
rhyme.
Ochi and other people who I'm
And
forgetting to
Louis.
list. It has Louis, and you get Pikmin and you throw them at things, and they do a bunch of things. And they fight
That's
all those
time. That's
creatures,
time.
and you're getting sparkling. Okay, thank you.
I love
Be
this segment
quiet.
so much.
I hate this segment so much.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right, 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, go.
We've been waiting a long time for Pikmin 4, and I think it's time that you finally see what's in store. I think you couldn't possibly ask for more out of this game. I think, in fact, that it's very swell. All the enemies they put in as well, and all the ways that you say farewell to your sadness from waiting for Pikmin 4. Sometimes you gotta play Pikmin, and then you gotta try this new spin, and it's really makes you very thin somehow. And
Yep,
that's
there you go.
how
That's
you
30
play Pikmin
seconds.
4.
It makes you thin.
God.
I don't know. I ran out of. I planned like the first stanza, and then I ran out of things planned.
Yeah, the first stanza was solid. Okay, I will go next, unless Tanis wants to go.
Oh, can I just not go at all? I don't know how to rap.
Nope, you have to do it. Legally required to.
You don't have to do. You just have to try to just. I don't think what I was doing was technically rap, but it was like
No,
trying to
just
come up
talk
with
really
a rhyming
fast.
How
scheme.
about I just do whatever I want and you'll have to deal with it? Go ahead.
Okay. Pikmin 4, it's a game that you know. It's a game where you can eat some snow, except for there's snow in
What?
any of the first 4 levels. I don't know what I'm doing here.
What
It came
the?
out on my
Can't eat
birthday.
snow.
What are you talking about?
It came out on my birthday. That's pretty cool. This game makes me not drool. I am so hungry. I wish I could eat all of the food that the Pikmin beat. Then I win and kill the enemies. I lose, and then I hit into a tree. I save Olimar and I win the day, but there's more game to play.
You can't eat snow in Pikmin 4.
That was somehow the
Right.
best one and yet the worst one at the same time.
It had a good sense of rhythm.
Summon
Stop
Lin
eating
Manuel
the snow.
Stop feeding the snow.
But factual accuracy took a hit.
I don't know why that came into my head.
Oh
okay?
wait, yeah. There is no snow environment.
Yeah,
in Pikmin.
the first 4 levels or the first 5 don't have snow in them. I haven't played the 6th one, but the first 5
Oh
don't
no,
have snow.
they're actually. Oh shoot, yeah, no,
There
there's
are
no.
no
I
snow worlds.
There's
There
no
have been
snow environment.
the funny thing is there are multiple there are like 3 Pikmin games with snow in them, and like so I didn't even consider the fact there
The
might
one
not
that
be
doesn't.
snow in this game. Oh wait, caves. Right, sorry, never mind. I guess that's
Yeah,
just
there's a
ice.
cave.
Yeah, there are caves that are like cold.
But there's no snow, it's just ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at some point like snow icicles fall from the ceiling. Oh wait, oh yeah, we could technically speaking there is manufactured snow by the armored the Arctic cannon beetle makes snowballs.
Good
You
job.
still
Oh,
can't
that's
eat it,
true.
but
Yeah.
Janice, you are up.
What?
Your
Oh,
30
boy.
seconds.
It's your
Started.
turn to
You have
rap.
to deal
Have
with
fun.
whatever I do. You can't stop me.
2, 1, go.
It appears that I am playing Pikmin 4 by chance, and it appears there is a 2-legged dog with no nose. what a weird looking dog. Oh, it appears that he can dig up pumpkins and eat them in one gulp. Oh, it appears there is a mushroom looking plant in my vicinity. Ah, yes. Perhaps I can defeat this plant-like creature with these little plant-like creatures that I call Pikmin. Ah, yes.
That's not it.
A
That's
chance.
not it. Why?
You have to expand rapid recap rap to just let people do whatever they want because that was great.
Are there any? Wait, okay. I guess there are pumpkins, but
What in the 1600s? Was that the What If 1602 episode just about Pikmin instead? I'm the only person who
I was
watched What If.
British Olimar.
It's true.
You were
No one else
British
has.
Olimar. You weren't even playing as Olimar.
You know, I think, like, what if is like such a cool idea because like there's a ton of things where I'm like, man, I wonder what happened if things went differently. But it appears that like the what if series is just like, what if someone was British? And I'm like, that's not really an interesting question.
Shut up. Yes, it is.
We could make interesting questions, which is why
It's
I'm adding
interesting
What If.
because British people aren't real.
What do you mean?
What? What?
All right.
Alright.
The fighter by fighter. Now, what we've been doing here is we've been going through every Smash Bros. Character one episode at a time and giving it a rank from G to S+. Logan, do you want to read off what we have so far?
Alrighty. So far, we have Mario is B, DK is C, Link is A, Samus is B, Dark Samus is C, Yoshi is C, Kirby is A, Fox is F, Pikachu is A, Luigi is C, Ness is A, Captain Falcon is A, Jigglypuff is G, Peach is D, Daisy is B, Bowser is A, Ice Climbers are C, Sheik is D, Zelda is C, Dr. Mario is C, Pichu is C, Falco is F, Lucina is F, Young Link is S, Ganondorf is C, Mewtwo is B+, Roy is C, Chrom is D, Mr. Game & Watch is D, Meta Knight is B, Pit is C+, Dark Pit is B, Zero Suit Sam is C-, Wario C, Snake B+, Ike F, Pokemon Trainer S, Diddy Kong B-, and today we are going to be ranking Lucas.
You guys suck at ranking these.
Well, it's also the co-host. It's also the guests. So just have the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
that we
the
rank
opinions are going to be varying a lot.
like the fact that Young Link was an S tier or whatever it was.
Why was Fox
Yeah, Young
an
Link is
F?
because you can't respect you if you play as Fox.
I don't think you can say if something
Aren't you
gets
the guy
to
who
an
played
S,
Kyra, Preston?
everyone has to agree it's good. I don't think you can get to S tier if someone thinks it's not worthy of S tier.
Oh,
That should be
here's the thing.
unanimous.
The reason Young Link is an S tier is because the Gamer Girls hosted our podcast for an episode and we weren't there, and they got Young Link and they both together put him in S. So it's not our fault.
That's a word I can't say on this podcast.
Anyway, today we're ranking Lucas, as Logan already said, S tier.
Wait, we're not even gonna talk about Lucas?
Shut up,
I-
Lucas,
I-
main. D.
I'm giving him an I'm giving him an S+ because he is like my favorite character in the game. He's so floaty. He's got fun like psychic moves that he can do. He has the
Here.
better version of PK Slam. He has PK Fire. He has a good
Why do you
final
keep
spin.
calling it PK Slam?
Because Ness says PK Slam. I will die on this hill.
Ness does not. That's not even a move from Earthbound. At least not Ness's game. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying to
Ness
remember
says
if it's
PK
from Mother
Slam
3.
in
I
the
haven't
game.
played Mother 3 in a while.
But anyway, I really love Lucas, so S+. What do y'all think?
I don't really know anything about Lucas, but I will say I've played him before. It can't be S+. I don't know anything about this character, but it can't be S+. We got to drag it down a little bit. Like, it
Mother
can't
3
be
is
that
not
good.
as good as Earthbound, even if it is good.
Okay, I'm
I
going to
never
be
played either of
completely
those.
honest. I've never played Earthbound or Mother or any of those games like that. And Ness was already a character in this game that did not really need an Echo Fighter. And
Lucas is not an
like
Echo Fighter of Ness. Lucas is a
He
different
might as well
character.
be, dude.
No,
Lucas
there
is
are
an
enough
Echo
differences
Fighter.
from
He
Ness.
is literally listed as an Echo Fighter.
There are
No, he's
enough.
not.
There are so many differences from Ness. Ness
Lucas
has
is
PK
not
Smart.
listed in
Lucas
Echo
has
Fighter.
PK
Lucas is a separate
I am
player.
pretty darn sure he's listed as an Echo Fighter.
He's
I'm gonna
literally
pull
don't
number
this
think so.
37.
He is not an
37?
Echo Fighter because he appeared in
Not an
Brawl.
Echo Fighter.
Lucas has too many
It's true.
differences to be an Echo. Let's list some differences. Nair, Bear, Dare, Fair, Down Smash, Up Smash, grabs and throws,
You're
neutral B
talking
side,
too fast.
B, up tilt, and
I don't understand
animations.
anything that's being said.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that maybe S Plus might be a little biased, and I just don't think. I
You've
honestly
never-
don't think much about Lucas at all.
All of that sounded like the rambling of a Lucas player who so desperately wants to act like Lucas is better than he actually is.
He is though.
I
I
appreciate
play
putting
Lucas,
a mother.
and he's like a B at best.
I
Okay,
appreciate
so
putting
I
in
was
a mother
wrong
three
about
character.
him not being an Echo Fighter, but the fact that I thought he was an Echo Fighter says something about how not unique he
No,
is.
it says something
Maybe it
about
says something
how
about
you
you.
don't respect Lucas. You don't. You're just unknowledgeable about the
Devil's
Smash Bros.
advocate. Thinking two similar-esque characters are basically the same might not say something about Smash, but it might say something about how you think about them.
Exactly.
Or
So
not.
it's
I don't actually know.
Because I find them similar.
Yeah, Flightsy, how many hours do you have in
And I
Smash?
already didn't like Ness.
Oh, I'll look it up.
The only thing unique that I liked about either of those characters was the cool up B and the way it worked, but even then it's still bad. I just don't find any interest in these characters whatsoever, and so therefore I'm gonna give Lucas a D. I'm not gonna give it
I'm
an
giving
F
Lucas-
because I know Preston will be all over me.
I'm
How
giving
did you
Lucas
give him
a-
a D? Lucas is not a D.
Let me talk.
How do you
Okay.
how do
I
you
just
check how
don't
many
like
hours?
the character.
Can I talk? Cool.
Lucas
I'm
has been
giving
my
Lucas I'm giving Lucas a B because I do think he's pretty fun to play, but he's not as fun as Ness. Ness feels more deliberate. Lucas's aerials especially feel half thought out with how wonky they are. But Mother 3 is a very good game. I wish it would get an official English release. It won't. That's what I would like. So I'm gonna give Lucas a B.
favorite. Okay.
How do I look at play data?
It's
on the
edging
Switch?
towards C though.
All right. Flightsy, what do you give it?
I'm trying to figure out how do I find how many hours I played Smash.
It's well, if you don't, if
It's
you
on
haven't,
your
if you haven't
Switch,
played it,
on your
yeah,
profile.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't have
I
your Switch
have
on you,
it.
then
I'm on my.
yeah.
I am looking through the Switch right now. Do I press plus on it?
No,
Options?
you go to your profile, like your
Okay,
actual.
option, profile. You can cut this out too. Profile, play activity, and this will go through all my games. I have played 45 hours or more. of
So you are
Smash.
the least. I have 75 on my account, but I also play a lot on my brother's account because he refuses to play Smash on my account.
Using your brother as a shield again, like you do with Fortnite.
Yes, except for it's a different brother. I have 4 brothers,
I
and
have,
they're
like-
all younger.
I have
Always a
like 600
different
hours
brother.
in Smash, but half of that is me hosting an arena I didn't play in. So
Zeros
Fair.
are
a lot of
inflated.
that is just me just not playing actually.
I would say, Lucas. I would say, do I have to vote? Like, could I just let
You have
it
to
take
vote.
place?
You have to vote. You're on the episode.
I will give it.
Holiday.
I think it's pretty average. He's never like really attracted my interest, so I would put him at C. But I'll give him a plus because I think having a Mother 3 character is cool. So that would be C plus.
Okay, and if we take the law of averages, that puts him at about
I offered to let you not have me on there.
that's like a B minus.
Wait, so it's an S plus. So if an A plus is 100%, an S plus would be like 110%. So we can
Well-
actually calculate this.
Well, an S would
Um,
be 110%, right? And then an
S
S
would
plus
be
would be
110%. So would you say how about actually? So a B. Generally, let's say a B is 80%, and then a B plus would be 85%. Does that work?
Sure.
because no one gave it. Now, technically, that's not really how that works because of minuses. But we're going to
Yeah.
assume that minuses just aren't even possible. If you hate that, go complain in the
Except for
comments.
they
So that
are.
would make S. So S
I
plus would
changed
be
to D minus
artificial.
actually because my interest in this character is beginning to decline the more we talk about him.
Okay, well now I have to redo the average system. Uh,
Just put him in B minus and be done with it.
Yeah, B minus. We're going with that.
Please do.
sure. Okay.
Like Diddy Kong. How is Lucas in the
I
same
think
tier
it
as
should
Diddy
be
Kong?
at
Oh,
most
goodness.
a C.
Well, I think about Lucas and I'd actually probably put Diddy Kong a bit higher. I think about him a bit more.
I just, yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Kirby got into A. Like I'm pleasantly surprised. I love Kirby as he's a fun character, but I'm surprised. I didn't think professional Smash people liked him that much.
Yeah.
This isn't
Who gives a
professional
crap
Smash.
what the professional
That's
Smash
true.
people think?
Instead,
Yeah,
it's our
Tanis-
completely disjointed council. Remember when I went on the podcast to talk about Mario Kart 8 tracks and I didn't know anything about
That was hilarious, actually. I love that episode.
it? It's good times.
That's why we're doing Pikmin, because you actually know about it.
That's true. I do know Pikmin. I've played all 4 of the non-mobile ones to completion.
Yep. Anyway, we're going to move on to our
British
next
people aren't
segment.
real.
The Wobject.
Yeah, the Wobject, coined by our very own Flightsy. We're talking...
Is it?
What?
I wanted to know how much people have actually played this.
Pikmin. Oh yeah, that's what we should start with. Gameplay experiences. I got this game the day it came out. I just rolled credits on it like 3 hours ago.
That's true.
And rolling credits is not beating the game.
I got this game on the day it came out, and I think I 100%ed it in like around a couple weeks. Fun time.
Pretty good. Dennis?
What's that?
What are your experiences with Pikmin 4?
Oh, I feel like a child on Christmas playing that game.
Well, I mean like experiences. Like what have you?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
You gotta give me a minute.
No, next person.
I've 100%ed the game 9 times across 3 alt accounts on the 3 save files since launch. It's very fun. I'd say my favorite part of Pikmin 4 is probably the character creator, because I can make some goofy stuff with that. Even though I don't. I just like how it looks. What you need to know about me is that I love Ochi. If Ochi's in a game, it's immediately a masterpiece.
He's only in
He can,
2 games.
like, He can
You
he
said
can,
two. Wait, what's the
he can
other?
ram his head
Oh.
through giant
2
pots
games.
because he doesn't give a
Pikmin
crap about
Bloom?
anything.
Smash Bros.
He can swallow a big pumpkin in one
Oh,
gulp.
yeah, right.
Like,
Now he's in 2 games. Barely.
and what else can he do? He can whistle.
Oh, you know, it's an
his
Ochi
mini dog
costume in
whistle.
Pikmin Bloom for the mobile
When his
devices.
tail gets lit on fire.
Costumes
it looks
do
really
not count.
funny.
I love
yeah.
how there are 2 different conversations going on right now.
So
So now there's none.
Ochi is amazing. It's really hard for a game to surpass my own expectations, even if it's been 10 years. But I do think Pikmin 4 was very, very good. I will say I am upset you can't control another captain. The second player is Ochi, which I don't
I mean,
like
it
that at all.
works.
I've been spoiled by Pikmin 3 Deluxe's 3 captain system. But
I haven't played Pikmin 3 Deluxe, so
I've been spoiled by that game so heavily.
I didn't
Where-
actually
where
switch
I
between the
I
OG
feel like
very often.
as fantastic as Pikmin 4 is, Pikmin 3 Deluxe is still the best Pikmin game.
That's
Right.
those are some words
I
right
prefer
there.
I prefer the original
That's-
Pikmin 3 to Pikmin 3
I
Deluxe.
like it, but that's some strong words.
That's interesting.
Also obligatory, Louis is goofy and Olimar's voice is so deep it's funny.
I love how
Anyway.
deep Olimar's voice is.
It is good. It's good amount of-
Yeah, the first time I heard Olimar's voice, it was like almost shocking because I thought it would be like high pitched.
Well, not
Yeah,
high
that's
pitched,
the
but
other
at least
thing.
like Alf's voice, I thought.
Yeah, but his voice is just like,
Yeah.
hello.
It's me, Olimar.
Oh.
Do you think Olimar ever went on like a TV show or like was a TV host and just like the what is it the Copite internet or like the Hogatation internet would just explode over his voice, like what the
Well-
internet did with Pedro Pascal? Like, does Olimar's have voice Riz? Is the question.
Question that we don't need answered. So
You do.
Flightsy, you want to go over the story setup of this game because I'm not good at story setups, and I forgot what the story setup of this game is.
Okay,
Other than Big
good
Crash
job.
Land.
Story setup is that well, this appears to be a reboot of the Pikmin timeline. At least all evidence does seem to point to that, which is I'm of mixed feelings about that because it is both on the one hand kind of lame rebooting. On the other hand, it does allow you to kind of like I'm kind of okay with watching them kind of refresh some stuff that's changed. It gives them a chance to change some stuff around. And I did already have time. I did have some problems with the original Pikmin timeline, mostly because I just want Halmar to quit his job and like he could be so successful. He's like I'm getting off track. Point is, Pikmin 4 takes place basically it's like after a modified Pikmin 1. So Halmar crashes down. He meets a dog instead, and then he basically isn't able to get off the planet. And so he's turned. It goes off the bad ending of Pikmin 1, where he's like turned into a Pikmin basically, or a Leafling in this game. And so then the rescue corps goes to save them, but then the rescue corps ship crashes, and all that's left is this one intern that was just left behind at the base. So then you have to create your character, and then you go in and try and rescue the rescue corps, and also Almar, and also all of the civilians that just decided, yeah, let's just go here. Like 5 million civilians just got trapped on this planet as well, so you have to rescue them too.
1 second. Did you call them the rescue corpse? Like with pronouncing the P? Because that word is definitely pronounced core. Like rescue corps.
Minor pronunciation mistake. Kill this man.
Exactly. It's not as bad as Maddie Beth saying Splatoon, but still.
I don't know what you're talking about. Someone else.
What?
I don't know
You
what you're
said
talking about.
rescue
Someone else
corpse.
just said that. I don't know.
Oh,
No.
that was Logan. Logan, how could you? I'm disappointed.
Ochi, sit on this man, for he has committed an unforgivable sin.
No, I'm joking with you. I did. I think I did say corpse. I'm not used to actually seeing. I'm used to reading the word core, right? I'm not used to actually seeing it. So like I read it like that in my head, and so I haven't like heard of the word core. So that probably is me making that mistake. I was just trying to gaslight you.
Yeah, I don't care about the rest of the story, but the fact that you mispronounced core. No, I do think it's hilarious that like literally like 50 people just land on this random planet and they all
Yeah.
get stuck in caves
Yeah,
or they get
I
I
will
rescued
say-
a child in the
I
engulfed
think
castle.
how do I put this? I think the like half retcon of the Pikmin 4 timeline, I think it's an attempt to streamline the series for newcomers because
Oh, yeah.
Pikmin 4 is the best-selling Pikmin game. So obviously a bunch of new people are playing it.
Oh, yeah.
But the trade-off is that Pikmin 3 basically never happened, and I love that game, so that kind of made me sad.
It happened in a different timeline. That's how the multiverse works. It also allows them to
Oh my
reconfigure
god,
stuff.
do
Right?
not bring in multiverse stuff here.
No, but just imagine it as like it still happened somewhere in another world. But I think it allows them to also do stuff like mess with the lore, right? Like
Into
so
the
now
Louisverse.
Pikmin like Farlicks don't exist in any other Pikmin game. But now they can just be like, yeah, Farlix, that's just how onions work now. And it's like, why? Well, that's just how it works in this universe. You can only bring out this many Pikmin. That's just how it is. Like, so they get to, and like, oh, there's a dog. They get to just do that. They get to add a dog, like Moss, the dog, into Almor's original journey. It just allows them to retool stuff.
Hear me out. Into the Pikmin verse.
No,
No, it's into the
we-
Louis verse, you idiot.
We
that's
said
a
yes.
good
Louis
We have a Nor version of Louis. We have an
Louis.
anime version of Louis. We have a cartoon version of Louis. Just all of it.
Louis.
I think there's multiverses that allow you to basically try out reboot ideas, and then there's multiverses that you actually have to try and travel across. And I don't think this is a multiverse you actually want to try and travel across.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like the Spider-Man movies became that because like you have the original, you have Tobey Maguire, and then they rebooted it for Andrew Garfield, and then they rebooted it for Tom Holland. And they're like, oh yeah, they're all in separate universes. Don't worry about it. And then they just connected them all in No Way Home.
I mean, I will say, Into the Spider-Verse is actually a fairly old idea. It's been around for a long time. It was first in an animated show, then it was in a comic, then it was in another animated show, and then it became the movie. So like the idea of multiple Spider-Mans crossing over isn't something Disney invented.
Are we
No,
supposed to be
also, that would
talking
be
about Pikmin?
Sony. Who cares about
That's what
Pikmin?
happens
Yeah.
when
This is now a Spider-Man podcast.
I know
Off
way
the
more about
water.
Pikmin than Spider-Man. We're gonna.
This isn't a
We're-
Nintendo podcast. This isn't even a Sprite podcast. This is a Spider-Man podcast.
See, I mean, it wouldn't be called off the wah if we stayed on the wah, Project.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
That was the most dad joke I've ever heard.
It's true.
Louis.
Yeah. I mean, wait, so did everyone actually say that? I think someone didn't say how much they'd played Pikmin 4.
Logan didn't say how much he played it. Logan, how
I
did you
might have
play this?
spaced out when we were talking about that. I've played it. I have 100% completed it once, and then I gave it back to Presto.
He doesn't own the game. He
Oh.
borrowed my copy.
I don't
That's
check my
I borrowed
playtime
his
on the
copy of the
Switch.
game, and I just managed to completely 100% it because Presto didn't want it back anytime soon.
It's because I didn't know where
I
my
know.
Switch was at the time.
I never check the playtime on the Switch home menu, so I just waited until I got that email from Nintendo, like, this is how much you played this year. And it told me I played Pikmin 4 for 147 hours, so.
That's a lot of
How?
hours.
How did you
Impressive.
play?
That's a
4
lot for Pikmin 4.
hours?
Goodness.
Because it's a good game.
That's true.
It's a good
Can't-
game, but it's still, that's impressive for a story game.
What do you mean
Why
by
is
that?
Like
well,
a game that
it sounds like someone's
story
trying
and
to
then you
excuse a
story.
Fortnite
No.
addiction.
Oh. No, that's my brother. He has an Apex Legends edition.
Right.
This Splatoon addiction.
Right.
For helping.
I believe you.
I have a Mario Kart addiction, but I can't play Mario
I
Kart.
do not have an Apex Legends.
I remember when I
addiction.
played Mario
I have
Kart
mostly
against
fallen
you,
out of
Preston.
Apex.
I remember playing Mario Kart against Preston, and he made me play on the DLC maps that I've never played on before. And I just drove like in a straight line through the pinball part on Waluigi Pinball every time, and I never got hit. And he tried to do some fancy turns and got hit every time.
Yeah,
That
that was
Waluigi, the actual pinball table Waluigi
I
pinball
won
isn't very
too.
good.
I went against
That
him
was
on maps
Mario
I've never
Kart right
played
there,
on, so I'm
goodness.
clearly superior at the game.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Well, the spirit of Waluigi just imbued you for a second.
I don't unlike Waluigi somehow.
Waluigi's spirit possessed you.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Well, I
realized.
mean, he doesn't possess people consensually.
No, yeah, he just kind of does it.
He doesn't care if you like it or not.
I also just realized.
Waluigi inside me.
Sure, I don't like that.
So
That's
Pikmin
going-
4 is a fun
The
video
power
game.
of Waluigi.
Do you have any specific thoughts, like a direction?
What do y'all think about the character creator? Because that's new for Pikmin, right?
It was there.
It was there. It was an attempt.
I mean,
So
like,
it-
I love it.
it's just kind of there, right? Like, I mean, it's fine. I don't see a need for it though.
I
The most annoying part is
probably
you
my
can't change
biggest
your look
my
until
biggest
halfway through the
my
game.
biggest thing that I don't like about it is it just doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of personality you can give to the characters. They just all
That's
kind of feel generic.
well, that tracks.
My only gripe with the character creator is you can't change your look if you want to until halfway through the game when you rescue the fashion girl.
Yeah, that's annoying. That is very annoying.
Oh, fun, but a kind of annoying fact. I don't really like this, but like fun fact: the people you rescue, they're like in a predetermined order. Like it doesn't matter which ones you rescue. It'll like it just generates them from a pool. So like that's why like you can't see who it is until you collect it. It's because you're always collecting them in the same order.
And that also makes sense for like the leaflings because they need it to be specific so that you catch Bernard right after you get 2 glow sap things so that you can get Bernard and then as soon as you get Olimar you can save him immediately.
Yeah, but like I like it when like I would have preferred it if the people were in specifically placed places.
Yeah.
I guess it just makes every copy of Pikmin 4 personalized.
Why did you just
Eh,
bring that up? Why
I
was
don't
that
think
the
it
thing you chose to
does.
reference?
They're all the
Because
same.
he's cringe.
Uh,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know,
that does make Speaking of
I wish
cringe, what do y'all think about the caves?
I like the
Cool.
games.
I like them.
Yeah, me too.
I liked them.
They're a
Which-
good way to
played all the
stall
Pikmin
when you
games,
need
but
more
I
time
actually
in your
played
day to
Pikmin
finish
2
things.
after
They're a good
that.
way
It
to
is-
stall.
I will say I miss the long caves from Pikmin 2. That's one thing I
No, I do not.
see. I feel like this game was too easy. As a Pikmin 2 fan, I didn't destroy me enough.
There was one cave, the one with the see-through person, like the one that you have to
Oh,
get
the
purple.
engulfed capsule.
Yeah, that cave,
Water
on the
Wraith,
first level,
Presto.
I lost 65 Pikmin of my 80.
I went through that
And
entire
literally
Sounds
cave.
just
like a
rewind
skill
time.
issue. I didn't lose a single Pikmin in that
I went through
castle.
that entire cavern without seeing the water wraith and collecting everything, including like the material shards, until the final bit where you have to fight him. Now, if you play
Yeah,
Pikmin 2, you could
I
play the
really hated that
original,
dude.
which would just which.
I haven't lost a single Pikmin in my 9 times playing this game. I've had 0 Pikmin deaths. So
Okay.
that's my flex.
I've lost Pikmin because I would prefer. I don't like doing deathless runs because I prefer living with the punches, and so some of my highlights of the game is when it just kind of like punched me in the face. Like that one time when don't worry about this, Preston. It totally won't happen. But one time when the what is it called? I think the one of the long legs fell out of nowhere and crushed on my Pikmin. I think it's probably the baldy long legs. And then there was that one time I lost all my Pikmin because they got run over by the Empress Bulblax, and I had to continue the cave with glow Pikmin. That was really
Oh,
fun.
dude, the Empress Bullblacks. Oh, I hated that thing.
Oh, I love the Empress
like,
Bulblax and its existence.
It
is
was
that
so
cave
I'm not-
the
annoying.
one that had like
Yeah.
8 floors?
I'm not particularly good at Pikmin either, so whenever I lost like a bunch of Pikmin, I would just rewind time and do it again. And so I would often like end up retrying a bunch of those harder caves over and over again.
The rewind
Interesting.
feature is very nice.
Especially
It's much
the
better compared
Empress
to the
Bullblacks
previous
one.
games where you would have
I
to
ne-
restart in a day.
I never use rewind
Yeah.
because I don't because again I like to live with the punch. I like to be punched and be forced to kind of like continue like I like being forced to continue
He likes to be
the
punched.
cave with the glow Pikmin. Yeah, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
I like Pikmin too. But
Pikmin
which
4
says a
is
lot
the
about
quality
Pikmin.
of is the level of quality that people who like Pikmin 2 say Pikmin 2 is on the level of quality of.
That's true. I can see that. It definitely has a lot of quality. I do think I still prefer Pikmin 2 a little bit. Because none of the stuff in Pikmin 4 really challenged me. Like some of it gave up a little bit of a fight. Like the final cave gave up a little fight. Some of the extra platinum medals gave up a bit of a fight, but none of them really gave a fight. I just was raving about Tinykin. I am all for just a game where you collect stuff and have a chill time and fight stuff and like that's up my alley. I had a lot of fun seeing all the references to Pikmin 2 and 1 things that I never thought would come up again was super cool. Like going in like I was like even though I had no trouble with the engulfed castle, it was really fun to see. It was really fun to like just run
I
through.
had so
And
much trouble with that one.
there
Goodness.
was one point I did lose some Pikmin because I got completely blindsided. Because thing is, I knew the gimmick of the Engulf Castle, so I was rushing through that as fast as possible. And like it even though like I wasn't in any actual danger, it was really tense, and it really got my blood pumping. And I ran straight into like the like the creepy chrysanthemum that's a mushroom. That I was not expecting because it didn't exist in the original Pikmin 2, and it completely blindsided me, and I had to frantically kill and drag that back to the ship before, like as fast as possible with the looming fear of the water wraith in my head. So again,
Yeah,
it was
I
a good
didn't know what
time.
summoned him. I didn't know what it was. I thought that it was like killing
Time.
enemies with him, so I didn't worry about it. The third floor, I was like, oh, I'll just kill all the enemies slowly because I thought that killing all of the enemies summoned him. It did not. No.
It's just 5 minutes. He just shows up after 5 minutes.
Okay.
5
I'm
minutes.
not
It
going
feels like
back
it
to
was
that
quicker
cave
than
ever
The
again.
that.
most
That's
annoying part of Pikmin 4 is the first hour of the game because it
Oh,
keeps interrupting you with the tutorials and blabbing and talking and
There
Oki
should be
can
a
do this.
way.
Did you know this is a move?
There should be a way to turn the captains off. You should be allowed to do that.
It's not that I hate the captains, it's that there's more blabbing and load
That's true.
screens in the first hour of this game than in the last 3 games combined.
That is true. But
They
I
gotta
will say it's not
tutorialize
like
the
the
music
last
there.
3 games always had. Pikmin always needs a bit of an extensive tutorial because they are banking on trying to explain a fairly weird game premise to people that aren't used to it. And this one's trying because it's like supposed to be the big one that hooks people into the franchise. It's trying to go really hard into those explanations, and it goes a little too hard.
Yeah. It's not a Pokemon tutorial though, so I'm fine
That's
with
true.
it.
No
So I'll
Xenoblade
be
tutorial.
completely honest. I've never really been one to like hate the whole tutorial style getting into the game because a lot of the times I just either don't find it annoying, or I do actually need it for a lot of the games. So it's never been really something that's bothered me a whole lot. And so I found myself like replaying the demo a bunch of times.
No, it's fair.
Yeah. I didn't do
I
that.
will. Yeah. I I really like this game as so my nitpick that I didn't feel challenged by that is a nitpick. I really enjoyed. I think so. This is the first Pikmin game I've played blind because I always used to watch Let's Plays of them before actually playing them. I played a little bit of 3 blind because Pikmin 3 was my first game on the Wii U, and I got stuck, and then like I never played any of them blind. So just discovering stuff in this game the first time actually like discovering stuff in a Pikmin game and like knowing what all the references were, that really meant a lot to me. It was really cool.
What do y'all think? Something that's really different about this game compared to the rest of them is it's beautiful. Like-
Pikmin 3 is beautiful.
Well, Pikmin 3 is
There-
beautiful.
yeah.
But compared to Pikmin 4, you have to say that Pikmin 4 is just incredible looking. Every
It's a
single
10
area
yeah,
that I've
absolutely.
gone
It's a
into,
10-year wait between them.
I know. But every single
trust me.
area that I've gone into is so pretty. Like the first area is like, oh yeah, this is really nice. The second area with the flowers and everything, I was like, oh, the third area with the beach, so good. There's the one beach.
Dude, the beach looked so cool with
They
the way
do
the water
look.
looked.
I want to defend Pikmin 3 a little bit because I remember when Pikmin 3 came out, it looked really good for its time. And Pikmin 3 leans more into like a realistic aesthetic, where I think this one leans back into like kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's a different, I don't know. I'm just gonna give up. So it's, but but it does. The environments do look very well. I want to say my favorite thing is I love how the levels are designed in this game. Because like Pikmin 3 has these big sprawling areas with multiple areas they have to like go through load zones between, and then this game is they're all efficient, right? Like the entire ground space is used. You can like go like there's no empty space in these, and I really like these big efficient kind of like overworld levels.
I think the only area that
Density.
felt like a box to me was Hero's Hideaway, because that was literally just a room. And I was like, oh yeah, I know
That's
what's
true.
at this, I know what's on this side. Whereas whenever I started the other three, I was like, I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going to explore. And each area felt big at the start and then felt smaller once I'd found everything,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, but
perfect.
yes, there's like a wonderful density to this game. Like it packs so much stuff in each area. It's got a really satisfying like primary loop of just going, killing, collecting, going and killing and collecting, like making progress and going through. It's not Pikmin 3 is very good, I think, on a zoomed out level where you're trying to like optimize it as like a full thing, like doing multiple runs and trying to like get it fast. And in that case, the shortness of Pikmin 3 actually helps it there. But Pikmin 4, I really like its primary loop of just chilling and like making your way through the game, and it's just a very dense game, I think.
Yeah.
I love the simplicity of Pikmin 4. Not Pikmin 4, sorry, Pikmin 3. I love how it can be beaten in an afternoon. I refined my multitasking so punctually because of Pikmin 3 to the point where I can beat the entire game in maybe 4 hours. And I love that about it. I love that it's just a couch game for me. I love that I can do that.
That's fair. Three and one, like three was like perfecting the idea behind Pikmin 1, where like it is that kind of like play through it all in an evening and like try and optimize that as much as possible. And three adds a ton of stuff, which makes it great for optimization and that kind of thing. Four, I think, really does a really good job at getting the moment to moment gameplay, where you pop it on and you just continue. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
Actually, yeah.
there's a silence here.
What do you guys think of the Dandori missions?
I think they're fun.
I like the Dandori missions.
I I don't know quite how to feel about them because I feel like Pikmin 3 effortlessly made Dandori missions without them actually being there. It was just like the branching paths. Like, for example, in the Distant Tundra map, there's a path that branches off the Pikmin cave where there's a hairy Longlegs, and that's like a totally optional thing, but it's also super rewarding to beat it. So I feel like Pikmin 3 did the idea of a quote Dandori mission better than Pikmin 4 because it didn't interrupt your game or take you to a sub area to do it. But I do like
Interesting.
Pikmin 4.
I generally see the Pikmin 4 Dandori missions as more comparable to mission mode for Pikmin 3.
Honestly, y'all just
Got my
need to.
team.
We just need to have y'all on again to just talk about
I would,
Pikmin 3.
yeah, it is
No,
just mission mode.
I would not be able to talk about Pikmin 3 for 2 hours.
Oh, interesting.
Now, if we were talking
No.
about movies, we would be here for an entire year. So
See, you probably couldn't get. I'd silently be sitting in the corner of. But you know what I do on a topic about movies? I would just keep derailing this. I would just keep derailing people so I could get back to something I could talk about. Uh, but no, four. Because I read in a developer interview that like the reason they made the Dandori missions part of it is because they wanted people to play the mission mode in Pikmin 3, but people just skipped it when they played Pikmin 3. And that's fair because I think the mission modes in Pikmin 3 are like the best part of that game. But like it's literally the mission mode stuck in the middle of the story, so you have to actually play it this time.
I hate the Dandori missions. I think they're fine, but they're just so different from the rest of the gameplay of the game that whenever I get one, it kind of feels like I don't know, off-putting maybe, like
The
jarring.
Dandori
Jarring.
mission.
It feels jarring to go
Are we
from
talking about
the low gameplay to just having to do the Dandori
Right.
caves fighting Olimar.
That Olimar guy kind of
You
sucks at
like-
Dandori. I beat him by like 200 points every time.
Yeah, he's not very good.
He used
The
to get good at
Dandori,
the game.
the Dandori battles are way easier than the Dandori challenges.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I barely beat Olimar for 3 of them, and I lost to him for 1 of them.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
like
you-
you just
and I
need
had-
to. It's like you need to better your Dandori.
Yeah, someone's not It's
Everyone
really
has a
Dandori.
Dandori issue.
I need to be better
I
at
was-
Dandori.
I think there's a difference. So like again, like you're very much into the chill gameplay. I love the chill gameplay of Pikmin 4, but I'm the kind of person that's like, I'm missing some challenge. And so the challenges are great because it's like ha 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 ha. I loved platinuming them. It's really fun.
Hmm.
Also, it's not really 100% if you don't platinum the Dandori challenges. There's like a mission for it, I think.
I beg to differ because I don't want to try and go for the platinum medals because I am not good at Pikmin 4, and so I will fail miserably.
I think gold is
game that
100%
Logan
and
is good at.
platinum is just extra credit.
No, but there's a mission for it. One of the people, one of the missions or side missions or whatever is getting platinums, I think.
Okay, but did I ask?
Well, we're talking about what
Flight-
100% is, so it is natural conversation.
Philip just has a thing where his 100% standards are a lot higher than everybody else's 100% standards.
Hey, now I
Yeah,
will
I can
say
tell.
I have not.
Kirby's Adventure.
No, not from this book. Look, just because I spent 3 hours trying to figure out quick draw isn't really anything really. I will say I have not gotten all platinums in Pikmin 3's mission mode. I know I'm a fraud.
Lame.
I know. I have done it in co-op, but I haven't done the solo ones.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, you're right. I do want to go back to them because Pikmin 3 does have a good. It does have a really good mission mode. That's is really good. But again, platinum for Pikmin 3 mission modes is very difficult.
Anyway,
least
y'all have
fairly
anything else to say about Pikmin 4?
What?
Not the
Oh,
third game in the series?
yeah. So my favorite thing about Pikmin 2 is the no, I
Wait,
know
why'd you
I
say Pikmin 2? No. It took me like
Because
30 seconds to
Pikmin
register what
2. No, I was gonna. No, I cut myself off for a reason there. Yeah, no. Pikmin. Pikmin 4 meant something quite a bit for me. I think I'll probably continue to advocate Pikmin 2 as my absolute favorite because I am a masochist. But it's I do. It's very tiny. It's probably the closest to Tinykin to any of the Pikmin games. Pikmin 4
Yes.
because it is
I-
just a lot of fun and a lot of
And
chill fun, and that's
It's
good.
mostly chill. It's mostly chill until you meet the water wraith, and then it's not chill. That's
Well, I
annoying.
mean, even then, the water wraith in Pikmin 2, I mean, the
Yeah.
water wraith is
but-
mostly a beginning track. Once you know how to do the water wraith, he's not that bad.
With that,
It's
we
been through Pikmin 2.
don't have all day, so that's all we've got for Pikmin 4. We're gonna move on.
I want to say
to
one more thing. One more thing.
one
Oh,
more
you
thing.
don't.
I think the game would be a lot harder if they removed the dog.
True.
But I like the dog.
But the dog is cool. I like the
is my
dog.
favorite.
She is a masterpiece.
I think that yeah. I mean, I like him, but it just makes the balance of the game trend easier.
Which is good because I like easy games. Anyway,
It's good. It's good in general.
slightly
Wait,
scary.
okay,
is-
actually,
yeah.
I just thought of another thing. This is another contender for the best thing in the game, in my opinion, and that is the night expeditions. Like, genuinely, I found them terrifying. They were so stressful, and you needed to be so on top of everything, and I loved it. It was
Oh, they do
amazing.
They do a great job.
I always dreaded going into them, but like afterward, I missed it. It's like that kind of feeling. and
Right.
I just loved the I loved the night expeditions so much.
My
They
favorite
And the
are
part about
good.
glow Pikmin were really cool too.
my favorite part about the night expeditions is that you didn't have to go back to the Luminol to collect all the Pikmin. They would just appear right next to you, which was so
Yes,
nice
that
because
was so nice.
having
Like not having to go and
is
gather
really
Pikmin, that was another highlight too.
It allows it to you to focus. Like if the main game has more of like a grander strategy focus, it allows you to basically just it removes all the fat and you get to just focus about trying to take out the enemies and like do as much as you can, and that really helps it. And like yeah, there were a few. I complain about lack of challenge, but there were definitely some challenging night missions that I had to try a few times.
There we go.
for anybody
Just
who's
as
somehow
planned.
still listening. I hope you're still listening. First of all, thank you so much for listening. And if you liked listening to this podcast, then you should go check out the Discord in the description below. Again, 112 people, 112%ing Hollow Knight. Wait, no, 100 people, 112%ing Hollow Knight. That.
I feel
You
like
should.
you should have higher standards because that seems like a. It seems really hard to 100. You should like raise that.
Nope. We're
No, we're keeping
it's
it.
been like 2 years and we're only at 60 people, so I think I'm
All
fine for
right.
a year at least.
That's what they
It'll be
always
worth the
say.
wait. It'll be absolutely worth the wait.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on a podcast platform, scroll down, leave a 5-star review, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Podchaser, Audible, wherever you get your podcasts. And also go check out the YouTube channel if you haven't already, because we have a whole bunch of really high quality edited, like short parts of our podcasts put onto there, and they're all really entertaining, hilarious, informative, usually more on the hilarious side. And Logan and I have been
Well,
putting a lot of work into those, so definitely go watch.
well,
What,
do you think there's going to be any from this episode?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, probably, most
There's shorts
likely.
from
We'll
like
have to
every
catch up
episode.
to it though, because we're still trying to make shorts from older episodes and such. So it might
Yeah, I
be
think
a minute before we get
I
shorts
mean,
out from this.
we just did shorts from 47, so this is episode 48.
Yeah,
That's
just
true.
follow the actual numbering for the shorts.
I mean, it doesn't really matter which order we release the shorts in, but that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and also, something we completely forgot to mention. If you're wondering where Tanis went, he had to leave a while back. We just completely forgot to say anything about that.
that he did. So huge thanks for Tanis to coming on. And again,
Yeah.
if you enjoyed the show, but you don't feel like leaving a 5-star review or a subscription is enough, hey, go join us on Patreon. We've got new content, unedited content, just a whole bunch of things, and we're going to keep trying to expand that and add to it as much as possible because we enjoy making things for you guys, and we hope you'll support us in continuing to do that. And
Yeah.
Flightsy, before we head out, do you want to shout out your stuff one more time?
I have a YouTube channel. It's called Flight Ship. Easy. It's Flightsy, Flight Ship. That's where the name Flightsy comes from. It's just I just stream stuff at this point. It's just streamed content, but I might throw in some random videos every once in a while. But right now it's just me streaming, and it's a good time. And we're gonna be playing Wheel of the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. That's gonna be what we're playing next week, and it's 9 p.m. CST on Fridays.
Sick.
Sounds really cool. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. We're gonna wrap up this episode. So we'll see you all next time when we go. Oh wait, sorry. We'll see you all next time.
I was gonna
Here,
say,
okay.
if you
Yeah.
join the Patreon in the post show, Logan and Flights are gonna be talking about the post game of Pikmin 4. So if you're interested in that, go check it out on Patreon for as low as the $1 tier.
Thank you everybody so much for watching. We hope you'll join us next time.
When we go
Off the wall.